insert drink, and hit play. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blu-ray Dismay. You have John Daniels here, and tonight we are doing T2 Judgment Day. I have my counterparts here.
The Right Honorable Javier Ian Marcellus Ignatius II, Esquire.
And Bruno Diaz, a.k.a. Johnny C., a.k.a. Johnny Walkers.
A.k.a. Johnny Walkers.
Or JC1000.
JC1000 for T2. Yes, so this is a fairly long movie here. I'm looking at the time, or the length of time for this Blu-ray, and it's 000001 to 2 hours, 17 minutes, 20 seconds. So that is a long-ass movie.
Right. The movie is 137 minutes, approximately, which works out to 0.61 her. So
yeah, I guess with that being said, we can just start this thing up and get to chatting.
In a second, because just to explain to people at home watching along, we've actually dispensed with all the Blu-ray menu bullshit. Selected our version, which is the theatrical version, not the extended edition. We're doing theatrical, and we've dispensed with all the studio logos, Canal, and THX, and all that. And we're actually on the main feature now, getting ready to start that.
The Kuroko logo.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Kuroko logo.
Okay, so now we have this blue little laser thing.
As always, spoilers on the horizon.
Yeah, spoiler, guys. We're spoiling everything, including the new movie Dark Fate. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
We're
going to go back in time and spoil movies you haven't seen yet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this movie's about.
Okay, Mario Kassar presents. Who's Mario Kassar? Why haven't
he was the guy who ran Karolko and then ran it into the ground, or was it the other guy? Him and a partner. Karolko itself is a case study in movie economics from the 90s. But I don't know if we're getting into that now or later. If you guys want to talk about it.
Well, we got enough time, so whenever really, it doesn't even.
Whenever anybody wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
okay, we got the little girl in the swing set now.
We're gonna be into an apocalyptic, really awesome battleground in a second, so we don't need to go into studio dynamics just yet. And there it is.
So yeah, in the original draft of this movie, this whole opening segment was way longer. He wanted to do a whole mission with John Connor and them actually showing him sending Kyle Reese back in time, and and then sending this one back in time also, or something like that.
One of the original concepts.
So just
in the original draft or concepts, yeah. And then here it comes, Sarah Connor's narration. But yeah, the original opening segment was supposed to be a lot longer with this huge battle in the future leading up to, the present day with them now. But
okay, and the first Terminator or T-800 just made its appearance.
But I really wish they did.
Zone.
I really wish this whole segment was extended because that would have been sweet.
Right. This is the best future where we get out of any of the Terminator
movies.
It's
literally
Dude,
2
you guys
minutes
don't think
in the movie.
Salvation holds a steady hand against this?
Nah,
man.
There's
No.
there's parts of it that are really cool.
It's
when he full spoilers ahead for this movie, and then probably the other Terminator movies as well.
Yeah, basically
Terminator
any movie,
franchise,
any Terminator movie, any movie really.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some cool parts of Salvation, like where he fights the first time he fights him in the factory, and he shoots him with the grenade launcher and stuff. It shows him get the scar. But yeah, look at these damn things. The
little jets or whatever.
Yeah, the
mini jets. The guy mounted on the Jeep. He's got
the drones, pretty much.
He obviously has phased plasma rifles in the 40-watt range.
Dude, phased plasma rifle.
And these Terminators, I don't even need a skin anymore. I'm just coming in.
Right. They're just mechanical foot soldiers.
This is supposed to
That's
be
the infantry.
Yeah, this is supposed to be towards the end of the war, or the original one was supposed to be towards the end, and the
Is it loud? It's a little loud, right?
Probably turn that down.
Where's the remote?
What do you mean? I can barely hear it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess this is supposed to be taking place towards the end of the war here, leading up to them. Yeah, sending them back in time, I guess.
Yeah.
But all they do is just focus in on the John Connor here with this.
Right.
And
look how cool
he looks pretty rough. He's got a sweet scar, which I guess they tried to show in Salvation, but it was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But
Kinda dumb.
And then also again in Genesis.
And they never
even
show
dumber.
that guy as cool as that one
Right.
scene.
Dude, one of the deleted
3 minutes 33 seconds
on the
in.
polar opposite scale
And it's over.
or
What?
spectrum. That dude right there, Scarface, old John Connor. They show him in an deleted scene. They show him on the swing set playing with his future kid, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Like John Connor's
Alternate
kids.
timeline.
Yeah, well, no, that's actually one of the deleted scenes. I don't know, like I forget why they didn't.
Was it in the other edition or just?
No, it's in this edition. Well,
You have to kind of select it and do some.
No, the
fuckery.
extended one is it?
oh no, it was. I've never seen it in the special edition, which I think is the extended, or the theatrical, of course, or I think there's even another version.
Right, it's in the extended special edition.
Oh, okay.
So there's like 2 special editions and 1 theatrical version. We are watching the theatrical version here.
Oh, you see here the flaming 4 little toy sets. Those James Cameron referenced that as the 4 horsemen of the apocalyptic whatever.
That's deep, man.
Even though that was like a squirrel, a turtle, and something else, but he did kind of, on the director commentary. He said, "Oh yeah, in this scene you can."
Right.
He referenced the 4 horsemen.
was.
Yeah.
I just kind of took the theme as the playground's in flame. It's like the end of the innocence for humanity as a whole.
And like her dream sequence too.
It's like
It's
Paradise
that part.
Lost. It's no longer a playground; it's in flames. So
Stan Winston, one of the greats.
Stan Winston is
does a lot of
he is the
beautiful practical
effects creator for T2, and
Practical effects.
Yeah.
he's credited with the makeup effects for the Terminator, the first one, 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that?
What are we looking at here?
Was that what?
Skull coming out of flames. It's the
By
most
the way,
metal thing I've ever seen.
So right now we got the flaming T800 skeleton just kind of being
the classic
zoomed
music.
in on classic music.
But yeah, these robots in the future war, they're like, we don't even need skin anymore. We're just coming at you with our skeletons, with our guns.
So just to give a couple
Witness me. I am shiny and chrome.
Witness me. That's a
what it is.
reference
Oh my
to
gosh.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, dude, same universe.
So directed, I just want to give out some credits here. Directed by James
What if
Cameron.
that's their apocalypse is Mad Max because of Skynet.
Writing credits go to James Cameron and Bill Wisher. Co-producer for this film, Stephanie Austin. Creative supervisor, Van Ling. And we just mentioned effects creator, Stan Winston.
Yeah. Also, Wisher is the author of the novelization of the Terminator.
The novelization
Of the original Terminator.
The
Yeah.
tie-in book.
Yeah. And then he was brought in because they added a bunch of for the novelization they added a bunch of stuff like scenes and everything, and then and they brought him in for the second one and he liked it, so I guess they brought him in for the second one, or maybe I don't know. But he worked on it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger just warped into time.
Exact same fashion as the first movie, just about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Is
kinda
that
like a
it's on
callback.
the okay? So I watched the DVD earlier, but I don't
Blasphemy.
I don't remember.
Blu-ray.
I know. I don't remember the
What, the
li-
glowing?
the glowing lines around.
No.
That's
That's
what you see when you get high definition.
No, I noticed it on the Blu-ray on the
Okay,
DVD as well. I don't
he's
remember
about
it being
walk up
that
to
pink
this-
and bright. Like I
corral.
remember it being a little more
Dude, this
red.
is called
like the
a
originals.
Blu-ray.
No, I saw it on the DVD too. That's what I'm saying. Like the
Alright.
color of the way.
All right, he just walked in like
I think it's different. than the first
Oversaturated
one.
color.
naked to this one bar, which is this first scene is just hilarious.
Laundry day.
That's from
Yeah.
the first one.
We got
Clean clothes,
dude
right?
walks in. Everybody's
Clean
like,
clothes,
well.
right. Wash day
Let's
tomorrow.
see what he does.
Notice how- I don't know if you noticed or not, but all the women are checking out his package.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
Yeah, that's how it happens when you're Arnold.
Hashtag
And he's
equality.
and he's like giant ripped dude.
Yeah. So it's funny. He's gonna walk up to one of these crazy biker dudes and just demand his his clothing.
No.
First he sizes him up,
Yeah.
systemically, mechanically.
So apparently it kind of blinks by too fast to see, but all the stuff that's flashing by is actually relevant to what he's looking at.
Yeah.
And then this is great. He tries to put the cigar out on Arnold, and then just no.
Yeah. No, like nothing. Like he's like, oh, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah. So there it all. Even a scanned carcinogen vapor just popped up on this little infrared
So-
display.
So fun
Tough
fact.
guy, huh?
Tough guy. Oh, he grabs his hand. Dude's like getting his hand broken. And Arnie
Right in
just
the neck too. That-
tosses this other biker dude through the window, and then first guy
Ooh,
onto
the
a
grill.
flaming stove or grill.
Burns his hand. That's going to be important.
Burns
in a
his
second.
face and his hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude just got shanked with a knife and
Yeah,
nothing.
it's-
At this point, everyone is like, okay, let's get the beep out of here.
This guy's like, everyone's just like, nope, it's not worth it, buddy. Get the hell out.
All right,
This is
Arnold
great.
goes back after his initial
now-
target to go back to get the clothes, and of course,
So this
keys
guy's
to the bike.
pulling out. He cannot rack the slide because his hand is injured, so he can't even shoot back at him.
Dude, that's why you always carry.
No,
Oh
Arnold has
yeah,
no problem.
his
So he
Carry
would have been better off
his
with a
hands
revolver.
burned, so he couldn't pull it back. Yeah.
He can barely hold the keys. So apparently, we got some classic rock going on in the background. But
And
apparently,
this
what
song-
Arnold's got here is a
Was it a cult?
Oh, what
it
he
is
took off of.
actually a Colt Detonics hybrid, which is pretty much like a Detonics frame, which was a custom gunsmith manufacturer back in the 80s, on a Colt slide. It's a model 1911 chambered in
Harley
45
Davidson
ACP.
placement.
And this is a model 1887
You
Winchester.
think he would have pulled that shotgun out earlier?
Yeah. It
Wait,
is
what's a shoddy model?
A Winchester model 1887 lever action shotgun, manufactured by our good friend John Browning,
Ah,
Nice.
Browning, yes.
who, if you may recall, has designed a lot of the weapons we've seen in some of these movies.
Mhm.
It was later on, Browning also went on to develop a pump action shotgun, the Winchester 1897. But first he did this.
Thank you, Browning, for your existence.
See, this is the Terminator learning to steal.
So this
It's like,
song,
I would look way cooler if I had these glasses with this shotgun.
James Cameron, bad to the bone. James Cameron wanted this song, and he had 3 editors trying to cut it out from the film because
It's
the song.
so cheesy.
Well, number one, it was cheesy, and
Yeah.
everyone knows it's so goddamn
Especially for the
cheesy,
scene.
especially for this movie. Yeah, it's like okay.
Well, the scene specifically.
Yeah.
This was filmed in 91. It's still the hangover from the 80s.
So
Yeah.
So the 3 editors wanted to cut it out. Number one, because of the cheesiness. Number two,
What were they going to
because
put in instead?
that movie. Well, they were not going to use it, but that movie was I'm sorry, that song was used in like 3 other recent flicks around that time. They're
yeah.
like, look, this has already been in use. People already
Played.
heard it. We've heard it. Everyone knows it. Just drop it. And he was like, no, let's keep it. So
But hilariously, we can't remember the other movies it was used in.
right.
I do recall Terminator 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnie.
It's classic. You can't imagine. It's like you can't imagine Arnold without that song playing in the background.
So here's a fun fact. Johnny, you referenced concepts earlier. One of the concepts while they were talking about the making of the film, James Cameron and Bill Wisher, they were actually thinking about just doing 2 Arnolds and having him fight himself. He's similar to how they
Yeah.
did Double Impact with John Claude Van Damme. Do you remember that? And then they
Too
were like, you know
cheesy.
what? That's too much. Let's just...
See, his marks are more red like the original, and I think Arnold's more pink.
Well, that's because he's more advanced.
Mm,
Enter Robert Patrick,
No, that's the
a.k.a.
Portal.
the
That's the-
T-1000.
yeah. And he gets a gun
And
automatically.
I believe that is a Beretta 92. Was apparently standard issue.
I thought he
LA
would have
cops at
took on
time.
the police's likeness to like take over his identity to like blend in more.
He does. I mean,
Well,
Well,
the police officer's face.
Like the way he looks.
Yeah.
Like he, that
That's
blonde
why
guy
he
with
would look the way he looks.
No.
The T-1000, because he just I guess that's the like how Arnold looks the way he looks. That's why
So-
he looks the way he looks. But
So now he's
to blend in, I
queering-
thought that's what he would have done because he can do that.
Well, he definitely
so
did not.
ideally, Robert Patrick should have assaulted himself.
So okay,
Yeah,
this-
that would have made more sense if it was like a silver faceless thing that came up and then just took shape or whatever.
so he
First
just looked
person
up
assault.
John Connor's name in the
Or
little
you never
police.
just see his face like the back of his head or something like
No.
that.
Yeah,
He just looked up John Connor's face. Oh, let me interrupt myself.
they've got scamods.
This mom, that is Vasquez.
Yeah, they do.
That's Vasquez from Aliens.
That is not
Really?
Vasquez.
Swear to God,
Are you sure?
I will bet you my Blue Label drink
Oh
that
my
I'm drinking
gosh, dude.
right now.
Mm.
Her name is Jeanette Goldstein, and she is
I
the
could not
mom.
tell that
yeah, that's
was her.
Vasquez. That's Vasquez. She was in Aliens,
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 2. She was in
Okay.
Titanic as the Irish mom, which is
Oh,
funny
wow.
because she's like hardcore Spanish in
Yeah.
Aliens. Fear and Loathing in Las
I
Vegas
mean,
as
she's
a
got
maid.
she's got red hair here. That's why
Yeah.
I don't recognize her.
She was
Yeah.
in ER for a couple of years, Clock Stoppers, and then X-Men Next Dimension, video game something. So
Wow.
she's got a
So-
couple of roles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
And what
This
the
is-
hell? Yeah, okay. On the Smod's computer, it said 85 for John Connor. So that's his birth, right?
That would
Because that's
seemed
when the first movie he came in 84, like when
Right.
the movie came out, right? Like
So-
that was supposed to be the present
yeah,
time.
and
So
that, yeah.
flash
So a
forward
year
9 months.
later,
Yeah. So this is supposed to be 96. If
It has to be 95 or
It has
96.
95 or
But somewhere
well,
the math doesn't
94, I
add up.
guess. 94 if he's 10 years old. He's supposed to be like 10 or 11 or something.
Really? He is not. Oh,
I
just
swear he's.
trivia.
I don't know how. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
Trivia note: apparently, the movie production took so long that he actually had a growth spurt and his voice changed while they were filming.
Yeah, dude, he
I mean,
was
he's
going
speaking through the
through.
movie.
puberty.
Yeah, he was
So
going
it's
through like.
clearly not 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going through that during the movie, and had to go back and like re-record, do some voiceovers to make him like sound
Yeah.
like a little girl that he is.
Actually, it's one of the notes I have is it was actually from script to screen and actually 13 months only.
What, really?
Production wise, yeah, and I think it was only around like 6 months shooting for the
Wow.
whole thing because of a lot of the digital effects and all that stuff.
Just happened to coincide with his growth spurt.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's it. That's like a year long. So
Yeah.
and finding him and
I just
then
wanna point out-
introducing Furlong. What?
I just want to point out here, this is like actually wonderfully economical filmmaking. In this scene, in about 2 minutes long, they completely lay out what you need to know from the previous movie, introduce Sarah's character, and set up her situation. It's all like done in 2 minutes, really fast.
Yeah. Well, they got the doctor here telling everybody about it.
I mean, it's just, I
It's
just like to
his
point out,
message info dump.
on a technical level, it's handled very gracefully.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Now, I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies.
and naturally for the situation,
Yeah.
the situation she's in.
I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies and seen a lot of people just talking to each other just to talk at each other because the audience needs to know.
Yeah.
That doctor lady peeking her head through the window right now, I think that's like a worker on the set. I can't remember if she's like I forget. But speaking of being credited, Robert Patrick as a T-1000, he's been in a shit ton of things.
Yeah.
Just to
Agent
name
Doggett?
off a few: Sons of Anarchy for a
Die
couple
Hard
of
2.
years, True Blood. He was in From Dusk Till Dawn, a TV series in 2014, and he was also in Dusk Till Dawn, Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. It's kind of cheesy. He was in Copland as one of the bad dudes, he played a good role in that one. He was in one of the Outer Limits. He was also in Fire in the Sky. Remember, he was like the older brother or whatever,
Oh, yeah,
Michael,
yeah,
right? He
I
was
like
like the
that
dude.
movie.
Yeah. He's been in Tales from the Crypt, Wayne's World, Die Hard 2, Behind Enemy Lines, among a few other things. Law and Order SVU, X-Files. So he's had quite the portfolio. So and he did amazing in this. You know.
Yeah, it's somehow he doesn't weigh like he weighs like half of what Arnie does, but he manages to come off like seriously as a viable threat to him on screen.
Yeah.
So that's some serious acting chops.
In the
Good direction.
in the interviews and stuff, he was talking about. Cameron was talking about how like if Arnold was like the older model, was more of like a big bulkier like older school like car type of tank, and then Robert Patrick is like the newer, upgraded, like Porsche, like sleeker, faster, like model.
More efficient.
Yeah, more
yeah.
efficient one.
John Connor's identity
It's
thief
more
right
sleek,
here.
you know.
He stole the car.
Just adapt, you know,
Would this actually
technology
work?
adapting.
Also,
What, the little
his,
ATM trick?
His pin number is over 9,000.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then this like
nothing.
little laptop thing he's got. Like, what is that?
It's
Is
a
that
laptop.
just a calculator?
No, it's a laptop.
It's just an oversized calculator.
Yeah.
It's 80s
Easy
laptops
money.
were that kind of.
What was that?
clunky.
Yeah.
Dude, that little
Simple,
thief.
simple programs.
Dude, it's funny. His young acting turned out to help him in his real life, in his very traumatic, jail-ridden self.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's had
Actually, this introducing Edward Furlong, as it said earlier, they actually, like, looking for like scouting for like over like shit like hundreds of kids.
Didn't they find him at the YMCA?
Yeah,
like
there are hundreds of kids
doing
that try
something?
to find this new
What?
kid to be John Connor and all this stuff, and then
Did he go up to him and say, "Young man,
The
listen
cat.
to me"?
what do you
yeah,
say,
they
young
found
man?
him at like the YMCA playing baseball or some shit. They're like,
Yeah,
that's
they-
the kid that looks
They-
like John
They
Connor,
found
and
this scumbag.
then it's his first like acting thing.
It is
and
his
all
first.
this-
It is his
yeah.
first role. He was
It's like
also
they literally
in,
just picked him up because they just liked his look. They're like,
he was
"That's the
also
kid."
in The Crow, Wicked Prayer, which I think is The Crow 3.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Johnny Skywalker. Can you tell, Jimmy?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And he was also the little brother in American History X.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is his other actually really good movie.
It's a good movie. But after that, he kind of just took a downward
There's-
spiral in life.
Yeah. There's another movie There's a third movie he's good in, but I don't remember it right now.
Yeah, T2. That's it. He's only good in 3 movies.
T2,
Yeah.
American History X, and then he's got another one.
And then he's a real life scumbag
Also,
after that.
I guess maybe.
seeing that picture of Sarah Connor from the first movie, which he's carrying around, which will be important later on in the course of history,
Which they just showed, yeah.
really raises an unanswered question in my mind. What happened to the dog?
What dog?
The dog in the picture. She was running around with a German Shepherd.
Probably
Dude, it's been
lost it
10
somewhere.
years, man.
Yeah.
All right, they never answered that for me.
He went to
10 years-
doggy
that's before
heaven.
he was born. And it wasn't even a puppy.
No, dude, Johnny, back to Eddie Furlong. No, he's had like civil complaints against former girlfriends, like
Oh, yeah?
restraining orders, stuff like that, dude. He's not like
Yeah, I know.
he's not a very nice person. So I've
Supposed
heard,
to be in the new movie,
allegedly,
though.
allegedly.
Supposed to be in the new movie.
This is great.
Unfortunately, yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's gonna
We're
be.
watching
In the movie.
Silberman watching Sarah Connor here. She's going off the rails.
Yeah.
But actually, you think about it, this is kind of a reasonable response to what would happen at the end of the first movie. There's a crazy woman claiming cyborgs from the future are out to get her. There's a blown up factory.
Well, I mean,
What else are you going to do but institutionalize
Well, you know
her?
the funny thing
it
is,
seems weird that she actually says all this stuff.
Well, she
she
was converted
didn't-
real hard.
I mean, she's traumatized, yeah.
No. She wasn't even. Well, when James Cameron called her and told her about the movie, she said, "Okay, but I have to be crazy." Like she wanted to be a psycho in the role, so they based the script off that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But it
which makes
I love
sense.
it.
I mean, it makes sense.
I feel much better now. This movie's got some like dry humor in it sometimes, just poking
Really?
out.
Mm.
But yeah, so I did not know that Linda Hamilton won.
No,
like
that
crazy.
that was her like response to James Cameron
like,
when
her
he
character?
pitched the idea. She goes, "Okay, but I have to be out of my like crazy.
I'm already out of my mind.
I'm already
so
crazy.
let's
Just make
play
me
with
crazy.
this.
Yeah, I'm already out of my mind. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that was like so he's like, okay, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And he
And they were all on board, like, for the sequel. 7 years later, it comes out. From the
84 to
original.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, and then they were all free, and, like, yeah, they're all free at the time. They're all ready to do it. Arnold's already, like, a super megastar from the 80s, like, in those 7 years. Like, every classic Arnold
just to
movie
rattle
came out.
off a few. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally
not only-
in that time. till
Not only the
91.
Terminator, but in between Terminator and T2, we can name off a few. Predator. I don't know when Conan the Barbarian came out.
That was definitely 80s, yeah.
Conan the Destroyer, which I don't think was as good as the
Never
Barbarian.
speak of
but-
again.
Right.
that was
Okay.
late- I think
He
that
was
was
in
the 90s.
Eraser. He was in Total Recall, of course. He was End of Days. Junior.
Man.
Junior with like comedy thing. True Lies.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop. Twins.
Movies-
Running Man. I can keep going.
Movies that came out after Terminator 2.
Oh, are all those? Yeah. Okay. Well. But yeah, he is amazing.
Commando, all the 80s ones.
Yeah. They're great.
Anyway, this is great. You know, she's really like playing it up. She's trying to act as vulnerable and scared to try to convince Silverman to let her go, but he's not buying it. So
Yeah.
that's really neat little.
Another, one of
Did
the
we miss it?
earlier...
Did we
What?
miss the little model of the cell processor?
They showed it for like 1 second.
Right.
They expand upon it totally in the
in the
extended
special
version.
edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was literally like 1 second. That was the
Okay.
scene
Enter
transition.
Joe Morton as Miles Dyson, who's like the brainchild behind Skynet operations, right? His whole construction and kind of like engineering behind what they found in the original Terminator leads them to what would be Judgment Day, Skynet taking over, right? So this guy, Joe Morton, he's been in a couple of things. He's been in Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, Boston Legal TV show, House TV show, Law and Order SVU, X-Files, Speed. He was the cop captain in Speed, remember? Everybody's fired. Everybody's fucking fired. Remember when they
Really?
like couldn't make the bridge? Couldn't like jump the bridge or whatever.
Oh,
And-
days.
yeah, and he was in MASH as Captain Saunders in the TV series.
Wow, it's going way back.
Yeah, way back.
Actually, not considering the last season of MASH to this movie. It's not that far. There is the cell chip, the heart of the PlayStation 3 right there.
Yeah, that's where they got it from.
And
That's why they can't put PS3 on PS4.
yeah.
Dude, for Linda Hamilton, as far as credits go, she hasn't really been in a lot. I mean, of course, the first
Yeah.
one probably made her mega rich,
Some, like,
along with the
I
second
think
one.
made for TV movies or something
Yeah,
like that.
she was in. I mean, Frasier TV show, Murder She Wrote.
Mm.
She was in Children of the Corn from 1984.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Chuck, the TV series, Weeds, in like 2 episodes,
Mm.
and then Gears of War 5.
Voiceover
Nice.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So, and I have no idea what her twin sister does or did. or I guess does
Nobody
in
knows.
life. Yeah, who knows?
She did scenes in this movie.
She did a couple scenes, yeah.
This is neat when the facade starts to crack right here. She's playing like she's trying. You know, she's got the hair over her eyes. She's got the look on her face. She's trying to play like innocent and improved. And then as soon as she doesn't get what she wants, it starts to all go south.
6 months. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Dude,
Could be
this guy
worse.
Silverman,
He was
Silverman, right? Silver, like silver.
He was around the first. Yep, there it goes. She's He was around in the first movie, actually. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
not
he was.
see the-
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah.
first. He was a real douchey dude, like making fun of Kyle Reese
They
in
brought him in.
the first one. Like he
to-
was met. He was like
to handle them,
portrayed
yeah.
to be like the douchey guy. Like they made him look like that in the movie.
Right.
and how he is in this movie.
Yeah, and how he is in this movie
just
exactly.
psychiatrist, and there he is, model citizen.
Model citizen.
Yeah, but notably, he did not. He just missed a Terminator in the first
All
movie.
right, here we go.
My favorite part of his best friend's
What? Let's hear it.
Wah.
We're listening to Guns N' Roses.
You Could Be Mine, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Bit of trivia: they are wandering around. That canal there is actually the L.A. River, paved over in 1938, and actually flooded as recently as this year.
Oh, good.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you say good?
They need that water out there in the desert.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. L.A. pretty much is in the desert, just
Yeah.
artificially watered.
Okay, fine, maybe.
But yeah, you may have noticed that from places like you may have seen recall the canal,
I went to
LA
the-
River from like
I
Greece.
saw the.
All Quiet on the Western Front. Other movies.
Actually, went to the wildflower
What?
sprout that the water generated
What?
when I visited there earlier. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, so Arnie pulls up and finds the kid's dirt bike.
He sees. He somehow sees
What?
that it's his bike.
He could tell.
Mr.
Yeah, he
Command.
could tell.
He did. I
It's
did
for-
earlier.
It's for-
Also, everyone remember malls, shopping malls?
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Like when people used to go instead of
Cop.
before Amazon existed.
Look, he literally looked just right at Terminator.
Did he?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Well, wouldn't he have spotted him though?
Russian.
Well, they got $300 and they're going to the arcade.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they be buying skateboards or something?
Mm.
Going to the arcade. I mean,
And these stupid kids.
remember arcades?
Why
That
are they
was a thing?
stupid?
They're like, yeah, he's right over
You
there.
meanie? They're innocent until proven guilty.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly. Allegedly innocent until allegedly proven guilty.
Edward Furlong.
Dude, the only stupid kids are the kids from RoboCop 2 where they beat him up and like spray paint him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They dismember him.
Oh yeah, no, that was the gangsters.
Oh yeah.
Kane and Co.
Well,
No.
All right, there's
So-
a redheaded dork.
And this
like,
kid, he was
saving-
from a TV show or something, right? On Nickelodeon.
Yeah. What? That
Salute
Splat?
Your Shorts or something like
No,
that.
that wasn't him.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Was
him.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Camp Anawana?
Awful Waffle. Yeah.
Camp Anawana.
It's playing afterward. You should be able to play that on Game Gear. Anyway.
Okay, so someone just ratted out John Connor, and he's about to roll out. T1000 is pretty much locked onto him, just trying to confirm identity at
Sees
this point.
him. Yeah. Immediately starts running after him.
Dude, get this. This Asian dude, this is like James Cameron's friend. He flew in from Tokyo for an honorable death in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Come, please die in my movie.
Please
Yeah.
get killed in
Awesome.
like
He's
2
like, hey,
seconds.
So he's got the box of roses here.
He's like, hold the Pepsi in front of the Pepsi right before he goes to the Pepsi sign.
So you could say he's got a gun in roses.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Our good friend the Winchester 1887, which he's going to have for most of the rest of the movie,
Pepsi
along with the
placement.
45 Colt Daytonics hybrid he picked up from the biker.
Okay, this Asian dude's about to eat it, and I don't mean like, just watch.
Lead salad,
Yeah. Get down.
and that's
Okay, he just
Smart
now
enough to
they're
listen
engaging.
to
T1000 and Terminator T800 model are engaging,
That Beretta is firing what 9
and this is
millimeter?
really the first confirmation
He
that
shot the Pepsi.
he shot the guy first. The poor Pepsi.
No, didn't you see the Pepsi
Oh,
machine in the
the
back?
poor
So
Pepsi.
you could say he didn't come alive with Pepsi.
Dude.
Oh, taking it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Terminator is unloading into
Um,
the T1000.
That was like,
Well,
how
I
many
mean-
shots was that? Like 7 or 8?
Yeah, apparently you could load 5 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, and it is possible to hot load
In
a
the
7
tube, in the tube.
into the tube,
Okay.
the chamber tube.
That
But it
was
is
1,
possible
2,
to
3,
hot load a
4.
7th
Yeah, it's
into.
at least like 6 or 7, yeah.
But it's really dangerous because if you hot load a 7th into the tube, you might actually set it off while
He's a
closing the action
Terminator.
too fast.
While it's hot?
Yeah,
Really?
He's
Yeah.
a Terminator, so he doesn't feel it. So
Oh,
he
that's
can
not
do
good.
it when it's hot.
It's two robots fighting. Everyone loves. At least Connor has a sense to get out of Dodge, or try to.
All right, so get this. So in
Through
this
the
scene
window.
here, there is there's a dude like
See,
taking.
that's how he could have looked when he first came out.
There's a
Like the
dude
Silver
taking
Man.
pictures, and that's Bill Wisher. That's the co-writer right there taking the pictures.
Right.
That's him.
Oh, really?
That's James Cameron's
That's
guy.
the guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's the co-writer. He
Anyway,
put himself
no,
in the movie.
there's a good reason he couldn't appear silver as he traveled to the time travel ball. He had to look like a human to fool the machine because he has to have
He
like
still has the outer layer.
he has to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
give human readings, and otherwise he'll be torn apart.
Yes.
So he had to look like some kind of human.
That's his human form.
Right. That's just generic human.
That's
form.
his base form, like Arnold.
And
Come
conveniently,
on! He's talking to his dirt bike, and it starts.
So apparently Robert Patrick actually did some pretty intensive training for this. He practiced running with his mouth closed.
Dude, he actually ran and caught up to the bike.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the bike was being like, it was latched onto some like car, or whatever, and he caught up to it.
Yeah. Which actually just makes the whole thing more convincing.
Mhm.
So
And check this out: when he runs up and pulls this dude out, the stunt dude, he didn't tuck his head, so he actually hit his head like in real life.
Really?
Like, this is like a real stunt.
oh,
Ow.
Yeah, he cracked his head.
nice.
He didn't like crack it, but he hit it really badly.
Well, thoughts and prayers.
That's what he gets.
for him and his family.
He knows the deal.
Yeah. It's a dangerous
Nice.
job. But again, like callbacks to the first movie, immediately
That car
starts
looked
stealing
banged up
trucks.
already. What?
Immediately starts stealing trucks and rolling with that. Just
Yeah.
Cameron just loves giant trucks. He really does. At least with these movies.
The Terminators like trucks
Yeah.
because it's a big machine.
Machine. No.
That was a stunt double.
I thought it was the same. I thought it was his older brother for a second. It's like, who's this
Clearly
guy?
a stunt double.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
That's
He's supposed to be 10. He got like a
He's
stunt
like
double, dude.
16.
Yeah.
The stunt double was like,
Okay, well, how if he's 6, then it's got to be like 95 or like.
no. I'm saying the stunt double was 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
saying this movie is like 96 or 97 or
Right.
something like that. That makes more sense.
Okay, this part's so cool. The truck that the T-1000 is driving just slams through the little barricade and
Keeps
is
on
about to
going.
run the kid over.
Yeah, shopping cart. They're back in the LA River again. Yeah. Chase them down in a truck. It looks, yeah. And motorcycle chase ensues. Yeah, we're not gonna say anything because we're all too busy watching this movie, which is really
Yeah, I know.
awesome.
We kind of get sucked into this. It's kind of,
Right.
hold on.
It's that good.
It is that good. Let me see if I have
Just, yeah.
a little bit of comic relief here. One
Relief.
second. All right.
Keep waiting. Still waiting.
Okay,
Oh
guys.
yeah, I'm just working on my drink.
Johnny, I just so I did a couple of voiceovers when I was a young child in the mountains of Colombia. Right, I was learning how to do voiceovers and even how to
What?
act.
What? So
and
how-
I did-
Were
how'd
you
they get
teaching
the
to
AV
parrot?
equipment up there?
And I studied English as a
they-
young child, and I was able to learn a few things, especially Arnold's accent. And here
He didn't need to
I'll
do
play
that.
you some.
Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
So wait a second. How do they get the equipment up there? They have to
Bane's
lug it up on
plasma
burro,
rifle
like
in
on
a
the backs of
30-watt
mules.
range.
I got more.
The 12 gauge auto loader,
One more.
What do they power it with?
the 45 long slide.
Anyway,
With
so
laser
apparently
sighting.
Arnold actually tried to that
What?
trick he does with the lever action, twirling it around. That was a modified Winchester to do that with a light in the barrel and an easier action. And he tried to do it with the wrong one and nearly broke his hand.
No, yeah, I think he almost broke three
cool.
fingers when he was spinning it around. He picked up the wrong
Right.
one, and he
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
I mean, he was very close to breaking his fingers.
Right.
If trying to spin something with your fingers caught, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it works for a machine because he's got steel fingers, but the actual actor is
No,
just flesh and
Arnold,
blood.
yeah.
Okay, so for
Arnold's not really a Terminator.
this jump,
Are you
Or
sure?
is he?
this jump where he falls down with the bike, that was sustained by cables, and that was like one of the first tricks, I guess, during that time to like
Yeah.
having a bike free fall, but just being held up simply by cables.
Right.
So
He probably is just a Terminator from the future that came back to do acting. Like
Right.
somehow these movies are gonna save us in the future or some weird shit.
he actually is a Terminator in
And
real
then-
life. Yes,
yeah,
I
and
would
that-
believe that.
And then that's he's aging as part of the how they explain it in the movie. It's just like living
It's
tissue
just
on
skin,
top
yeah.
of the exoskeleton. Yeah.
He's here to dominate the box office.
True.
And this guy can't turn.
Actually, I believe
Well, I think it was too big. Here they do a quick little snippet
You
of
can
a
see the
camera. You
dummy.
see, no, you can barely tell that that little battery terminal is supposed to be what set off the fire.
right.
Uh-huh.
It's a little
But
spark.
I never ever knew that until I listened to the producer's
What?
commentary.
No way, dude. You didn't hear the noise that it made with the visual,
No,
the little spark.
dude, I'm drinking.
Robert?
No,
Is
like
that you?
in like it was pretty
No.
prominent.
So wait,
sound.
you knew before, like you knew that was like the
That's the
battery
spark.
terminal swinging?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember seeing that before.
Yeah, Javier never remembers that.
I do. I remember seeing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, guys, I'll stop drinking now.
Oh
I'll
shit.
cease drinking.
Although I have seen this movie several
Yeah.
times. So.
Okay,
Oh,
now
yeah.
we
At
got
some
the
point I figured it out.
T1000
And also for Robert Patrick,
Roger Patrick.
Roger
Patrick,
Rabbit?
he did a bunch of the. So that is him walking, like the
Yeah,
silver
I
man.
just saw him.
No, the silver man walking out of the fire like that. That is actually his body, like movements, him walking, and it wasn't just like a computer animated, like animator fake doing it. It was actually him, just like the silver, like layered on top.
Right.
And what it was is
So
like
mocap.
it is mocap. It was like it was like the very first one of the first forms of what we do mocap, what they do all times for movies and games and everything now. But what they had, it was like instead of like how they have like the little ball, like little dots on your face, like the grid, it was like literally on his whole body, and they're like scanning him like as he was walking, and for the motions for the running when he turned silver later on, when they scare Connor out of there, and so that is like when he turns silver and everything, like that is Robert Patrick, like that's him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Just layered on top.
So when
So you're
there's
saying Andy Serkis owes his entire career to this movie?
Yeah.
no, what
The original Caesar Silverman
What,
1000.
when he was escaping out of that little facility, when he was chasing down Sarah Connor and Arnie, they had to use the CGI to mirror or mimic how he ran, like to the very like little decimal or whatever. So that was him running, and then they just like kind of blended the CGI over him
Yeah.
to show that silver guy was like running too, but it was
Yeah.
really him, like you said.
And another like part, like the making of, is for like how they say traditional movies, like they do the special effects, like what they had, they do a lot of practical effects in this movie, and like all the digital effects, they said how, you know, how you shoot movies out of sequence all the time, but this one was like especially like jumbled because you're like shooting this effects for a sequence that's like that the sequence is not even done shooting, and you're still like making the effects for it. So they're literally like working like 3 steps ahead of like whatever else is like, in order for it to lead up to for them to actually adjust it to the scene that they're working on and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of firsts for this movie, and just the effects department, and like again, Cameron used the Industrial Light and Magic, and Stan Winston, and he did Abyss before with the, you know, the little sea monster, and then he, you know, used that same kind of inspiration for T1000, like a liquid thing.
Now running up to a payphone. Remember those?
And Willow too, like the
Willow.
transform, the morphine.
He invented morphine for
effects,
Willow pretty
yeah.
much, yeah. It's got to be at least $7 and change in there.
It's a lot of quarters.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. Vasquez. She's
Vasquez.
now like the mom Terminator.
Yeah.
John.
Right.
And I totally would have never known that was Vasquez ever.
Yeah,
had I
there's
not
no way,
like
dude.
done a little bit of homework.
When was
before this.
Aliens? What year was that? 84 too.
I think it was
82?
86, maybe 86. I think maybe.
Was that
When was Aliens?
What year was Aliens?
84?
89?
85? Yeah.
Did it come out the same year as the original Terminator? No.
Someone's got to cheat. Look it up.
But I got
Oh, and
to-
get this. Wolfie, aka Max, is like barking. So that's like a small indication, a little subtle hint that, hey, something's
Oh
off.
yeah.
Of course, up until they show the scene where Mom Terminator Vasquez has
Aliens
her whole
was 1986.
86,
86.
yeah,
Okay.
has her whole arm through the husband's head. Wolfie's fine.
Your foster parents are dead.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
So
every kid's dream,
He's
every
like,
orphan's dream
yeah.
come true.
He didn't really like him that much
so-
anyway.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's his dream come true.
All I can say here is, got milk?
Dude. Yes,
goodness.
practicing your stand up. So yeah, we got I guess
That's
stepdad or
tastelessness.
foster dad just died. I mean, he could still be alive, no?
No,
No, he's dead.
dead.
Alright.
And obviously Janelle's dead as well.
Yes.
And apparently in the extra special extended edition, she went and killed the dog as well.
Morphine technique.
Yeah,
oh,
he killed
really?
the dog. Well, he goes to the back
go
to check his
check
collar,
the dog's name.
and I think you hear him whimper at the very
Yeah,
end of the
Right.
scene.
I'm glad they cut that out.
Thankfully, they left it out theatrically. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's messed
Don't
up.
kill the dog. Don't kill Max.
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Now here it's more expository. dialogue,
Here's where they're
explaining
trying to
the rules.
explain why the T-1000 can't just turn into a flying bomb and
Right.
blow up all of
Yeah.
the whatever block
He's just
John
got
Connor's
a good
on,
solid metal shape.
which is cool.
Dive objects.
Stop being an object. Okay, these pictures.
So,
these
like-
pictures actually had to be. I think they were.
If
either-
I was T1000 or a programmer of a T1000, I would be like, "Yo, turn yourself into a giant fucking like saw blade that just spins." So you
like
can just roll,
Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Or just get the momentum running, and then literally turn into a blade that just chops through the car,
A blade with legs that
Like
kicks
it-
yourself along forward. And
or it just
buzzes
pushes
off.
you along forward. Yeah, like a tricycle type thing or something like that. And all you have to do is like turn yourself a little bit sharp. You can do that to your whole body.
There's serious
And he's a
reaction here.
giant mass of metal. I mean, like Leffy, like he's a body.
As soon as she sees these pictures, she's like, nope. She immediately goes into quiet mood. It's weird. It's like so completely different from her character and demeanor before.
Because she knows shit's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Dude, that's
Right.
usually
And-
how I look every time I get to work.
You sit down.
Swear to God, I'm
you
just
sit
like,
down and
why
you're
is
Sarah
this my
Connor
life?
Figuring out your son's missing.
Well, you know what they say? Work is the curse of the drinking class.
I'm drinking.
And she's already on it.
So yeah. So you see her grab the paperclip here, and
Lee.
a funny, interesting point is she told James Cameron she didn't want anyone to like do a fake little pick lock thing. Like she learned how to pick the locks herself.
Oh yeah.
And in the scene later on where she escapes from the little Alcatraz thing, she picks it herself.
I'm sure they just made it easy for her.
Like, yeah, just let her think she picks it. Ha ha
I
ha.
only got a couple takes. Come on.
Yeah,
just-
we don't have enough time for this
She did
bullshit.
it.
Just put some phony ass,
I'm just
crappy ass
kidding.
kids lock. No, no.
Way to go, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, no, but she supposedly learned how to pick it
Yeah.
herself. So
And for the training,
for her.
for the she did like pretty much like bunch of military training for all the guns.
So she hired some
And,
Israeli commando
yeah.
to like just go
Shoot
over
all
like,
the guns.
yeah,
and fire
mannerisms, technique.
Everything. She became like a sharpshooter.
stance, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she went like all out.
She was commando.
Commando. Ooh. So yeah, at this point, John Connor basically learns that okay, Terminator has to listen to him. Well, he's about to learn that, and
He's
he
figuring out that
he
he's
definitely
like,
knows that
I should
Terminator is
probably
on
go
his
get-
side.
his mom because his parents are dead and they're probably gonna go find them next.
Dude, I hope he dies in the next
Mission
movie.
priority.
In Dark Fate.
Who?
John Connor.
Nah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because it's not about him anymore. Now it's about the girl, the Colombian girl.
I don't know.
It is. It's about the
Even in
Colombian
the-
girl and my cousin,
I
the
love it.
Colombian girl, and
Even in the DVD menus, they haven't like when you
what
watch
DVD?
when you watch the extended version or alternate version,
Mm-hmm.
or in the Blu-ray, in the menus out, so you can choose the different version, or when you're choosing the chapter you want to watch, it's like choose your timeline or choose your.
Oh, yeah,
jump
yeah,
to-
sequence.
jump to space.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
it says
yeah,
in the
they have the
menus.
options. They
They're
have
trying to be clever with it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. It's
but
so
that's what
90s.
it is. That's where no, I mean that's what it is. Is like every. That's part of of this Terminator. It's awesome that they put it in the menu. Is like they're like, oh, it's just another offshoot of the timeline of another, like the extended version is just another thing that could have happened in some alternate version of this movie, another timeline of the same thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw that too when I was playing the little Blu-ray. It had the same little options.
Yes, the
I don't know
Blu-ray.
what's wrong with this. There's like 5 minutes of menus and options and assorted logos before you actually get to the movie.
Dude, to load
Well,
this
Terminator
stupid
likes to
thing
be
up-
fancy with it.
I almost forgot what I was watching.
Dude, I forgot. Well, actually, no, I never forgot because this movie's tight. So now he's beating up the two gym dudes.
They're trying to
And
help
he
this
almost
kid.
like
It's
kills
fucked up.
him. He almost kills one of the dudes, but John Connor, of course, a little wuss that he is, lets the Terminator, like, tells the Terminator to not shoot, which I don't know why, but
Got a kinder, gentler Terminator.
mm-hmm.
1,000 points of light. He is the Terminator designed to kill people. That's what he does.
Dude,
That's
funny
what he's
enough,
built for.
When James Cameron was pitching this to Arnold, when he was talking through the whole script or whatever, Arnold was like, "Hey, look, I'm the Terminator. I have to kill people. Like, what the hell?" And James Cameron was like, "Oh, well, well, up until the point where the kid, it's a whole different story." He goes, "No, I gotta, it's gonna be bad if I don't kill people." It's like the first one was so successful based off that premise alone, right?
Right.
So then they're basically
They gotta do
negotiating.
something.
Yeah, they're negotiating now, and James Cameron tells him, "Okay, look, at some point in the middle of the movie, the kid will tell you not to kill anymore, and at that point, you won't kill." And so he was like, "Okay, fine, But
And he went along with it.
yeah, but I don't even think he killed anyone before then.
So far, yeah.
I mean, he just tossed a guy on a stove and burned his face
Who knows
off.
what he's been doing on his way out there?
did stab one guy to the
he's
shoulder
probably-
with a knife.
Some dude's like, "Hey, yeah, he already stole a bike and
Beat up some guys in the bar.
he didn't kill. Maybe he did kill.
Dude,
that
hopefully
guy,
he
who
killed
knows?
at least one guy, like a bad guy.
No, he didn't kill him
No, but hopefully.
because he's like, I won't let you take his bike.
Oh, dude.
Meaning he's still alive.
Dude, Dougie licks her cheek.
Yeah, Dougie, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that's
dude?
the one of the grossest things I've seen.
Dude, he
This
like licks
decade.
it with his tongue. I'm not
Dougie.
kidding. Dude, look.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I'm sure in his head he's like got Kenny G playing on the saxophone or something. I don't know.
Kenny G.
No.
Dude,
Yeah.
speaking of Kenny G, he once played the G note for like 45 minutes or some crap. You can look it up.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know, to set the world record for whoever plays the G note the
Oh
longest.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably didn't sound that good for that long.
He's like, "Dee," and then add like another 45 minutes to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
So
Thank you,
that.
sir. You just set a world record for the most annoying noise ever
So-
recorded.
He really found the G spot, huh?
Yes.
That's why he did it.
Okay, so we got, what's his name? Who is it? Lenny? Who's the guy who just licks Sarah Connor's eyeballs?
Yeah, one of the security guards.
Yeah, one of the dudes. He just rolled out, walked away.
Yeah.
And
he'll
Sarah
get his comeuppance
Connor-
pretty soon.
Oh, from the very beginning, Mario Casar of Carolco Pictures, he broke the legal gridlock that was preventing the movie from getting preventing the movie from getting a sequel.
What, he was the
earlier.
He was the resolution. He was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let's make a second one or whatever."
Did it by
was-
bringing in lots of money.
Yeah,
That'll do. Oh, money. Did you say money?
Hold on, we're about to actually get some interesting parts here.
No. Okay, fine.
It'll have to wait. This movie's too interesting.
Dude, it's long. I can go into revenues right now.
Except she's busy dramatically escaping.
There's only 3 revenue points that I have. Okay, fine. I'll
Three
wait.
revenue.
I'll wait.
We're about to get to this critical scene here.
Now we got this
Wait
old
till-
lady.
wait till after they escape.
So bumming around Mexico or something.
When
Then we
they're
can
in
talk
the
about
when
it.
they're in the gas station.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to my drink right now. Thank you very much.
It's neat. He immediately hides.
Yeah. So
Dude,
is this
he,
when
like, melted
did he
into the
go- Yeah,
floor.
that's when he went into the floor. Is that what happened
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, or,
Okay.
or he became part of the countertop, one or the other.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely melted to the floor.
Look, I want this poster. I mean,
And then-
sorry.
Sarah Connor?
It makes for great radio. Yeah, if you just tell everybody what you're seeing.
yeah.
She's okay, that picture.
I'll say it again when it shows up in the movie. I'll be like, "This is the scene. Where's
No, actually,
guys.
this
the
is
time
not,
on the
that's
clock?
not in-
I'll tell you the frame
Hey,
exactly.
speaking
what
of clock
what
time,
I want.
what's the Ben Hurs on this JVR?
Did we
I
do that?
told you
Did
at the
skip
beginning.
that? Yeah.
0.61 her.
Yeah, yeah.
No, at
137.
this point in the movie.
Yeah, 47
47
Come on,
minutes
use that
in.
little calculator.
I gotta check. As I'm watching her pick a lock here. Why you gotta?
Come on.
We're 47 minutes in or something.
Yeah.
This is your test. You have failed.
47 divided by 24.
You're still...
We're at 0.2. We're a fifth of a her in here.
That took you too long. And you know what?
Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah.
And look,
Just what you see here, pal.
even if you, even if you step on it, if you just
Dude, you
step
stepped
on
on the
his
poor
face,
T1000.
he
And
knows
this-
what you look like.
This dude, this little sheriff's deputy guy, he is actually the second pair of twins that they use in this movie. When the T1000 mimics him, it's actually his brother. They're just
Right.
looking at each other. So
It's Dan and Dan and Don Stanton. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I heard. And it's pretty neat. So I guess it's a mocap as well here when they're turning from the silver into the to the person. Possibly.
William Wersher. Oh, co-author in Elevation and Terminator.
Yeah. So that's neat. Yeah, it
Must be my lucky day.
makes the special effects a lot easier when you just have twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so pretty much this whole movie, the T-1000's doing the most of the killing.
Yeah, he's the new Terminator.
I don't think we've seen Terminator kill like the OG.
Well, he's
Arnold.
on John Connor. Well, the future John Connor already reprogrammed him to go back and be like a protector type. So it makes sense that he's not killing everybody that's in his way.
At least he's shooting a couple people.
Anyway, he can't imitate a gun, so he pulls it off the security guard.
Right.
That is a Browning high power, and I'll give you 3 guesses who designed that.
Browning.
Not Browning.
Yeah, our good friend John Moses Browning,
Mr. John Browning.
God's gift to gunsmithing. Anyway.
All right, and we got Louis or Lenny or whatever the hell. He's making his rounds, and Sarah Connor is going to treat him very badly here in a moment.
So if you'll notice, if you're paying attention in the where is it, in the corner here? If you're looking, he notices the
He knows the broken
mop
broom handle. Yeah, the mop
mop,
handle. Yeah,
broken mop handle. Yeah.
And he's like, wait a second.
Doesn't think anything of it. So
Dude,
That's
oh,
rough.
she just cracked him.
She
And
broke his nose immediately.
They were like real hits in the take. Like
Right.
this was like real.
Because he had to lick her in real life, probably.
so
Yeah, I guess.
you could say she mopped him up.
Yes, Javier. Yes, you can say that.
Anyway.
If you must
So,
say that.
so yeah,
Notice she broke the mop handle when she hit him.
yeah, dude, that's
There's
gotta
a two-piece.
hurt.
I thought it was
man.
already broken.
No, she broke it again when she,
She
hit him.
broke
really?
it on
Yeah.
his fat
Nice.
head.
And then she nicely upgraded to the Billy Club nightstick thing.
She should have took one as a
Dude,
shank.
the Billy Club.
Yeah.
I guess she doesn't want to kill that much.
Right. She doesn't even kill. She threatens to, but then she actually doesn't kill anyone, I don't think.
Who knows what she's been doing?
Although, if you did stick an empty syringe into someone and push it down, that might actually kill them.
Wait, why? Because the air in your blood?
Right.
Yeah, air pockets.
Air pockets can be fatal.
Or they clot, like a blood clot or something
But
like
they
that.
Is
later
that
on,
why they always tap the needle?
right? They want to eliminate any air pockets. It's not just to look cool, guys.
And when they squirt it out,
Yeah.
Dude, that's a waste of good like venom or whatever they put in you.
no
Venom,
air.
medication, drugs,
I guess.
and then
All right,
And
Sarah
she,
Connor is plotting her escape, and she
just
just
a
like
drop on him.
bashes this dude.
Beating
And
the shit
now
out of him.
breaks.
And this guy sucks.
Silverman's
He's like trying to make a
arm.
phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to
What are
like
you
call
doing,
backup.
dude?
He's like, oh, let
Yeah.
me call backup.
Yeah.
I mean, to get to word out, but
I mean, he
it's like
is-
he's typing out like
There
you
should
gotta
be
type in a number.
This liquid rooter.
Yeah,
It's a total
toxic.
phony baloney. They just made it. They were thinking, okay, what can we do to make it look cool? They just came up with some phony baloney, I guess, logo or whatever.
Industrial strength poison. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
And it's funky blue Kool-Aid looking, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that'll tell you. This is where, if this was a bad movie, you'd be like, why?
Why?
Why would you not kill anything, Terminator? Why?
Fortunately, the movie actually turns out okay despite this heresy.
Yeah. So I mean, just imagine every time he shoots somebody that he just like went for the kill shot. instead
Yeah,
of the
right.
not
That would
kill
make
shot.
it an inefficient Terminator.
No, what do you mean?
If he doesn't
Right.
kill,
No, I'm saying like this, where he shoots him right there.
Ow.
He just shoots
Okay.
that dude's knees
That is
out.
a
Like
the
that
guard-
sucks, dude, for your legs.
yeah.
You're
yeah,
probably not gonna walk in again.
getting
Right.
shot in the knees
That
would
was a,
definitely hinder your ability to walk.
Yeah,
That was a 45 he tried to pull. That's why I can use the magazines.
and then
That's why he can use them.
so
Right.
just imagine every
I
time.
was thinking about that. I was wondering, how does he know
It's
the
another
magazine?
1911 model.
whenever he
Oh.
does shoot somebody like that, just imagine that he is shooting them for real, and it's the same, and it's just a way better movie.
But then it's actually a worse movie because, like, isn't he supposed to be dead but they're writhing around on the ground in pain?
Who?
Like that guy. The guard was clearly moving around.
Oh, headcanon. What are you talking about?
Dude, you guys keep saying head cannon. What does that mean?
It means
A fantasy movie that
blew
you
my mind.
build in your head to make it better.
And then
Oh, really?
these guys.
That's fake.
Yeah. Headcanon has its uses, but you can only take it so far.
Weird. So,
All right, guys.
no, I'm saying like if you, it would be the same movie except he
No,
would
it
be
wouldn't
killing
be.
those
It'd be an
people.
entirely different movie. Part of the reason that he's not killing anyone is an important part of the movie.
No, I'm saying if that's the whole point why you say it's bad. So if you wanted to make it good, you just change that one aspect of it, and it would be the same movie.
And then it ought to be a worse movie because it wouldn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Those people aren't. They would just be dead instead of writhing
That
around
would
on the floor.
completely undermine and negate her closing narration.
Oh, for the Terminator in the movie's sake, yes. But I'm
Yeah.
saying if you change the aspect, that's changed.
But then you got to change her narration as well. You got to introduce too many changes. It becomes internally non inconsistent. So I mean,
I figured if you were going as far as to make him kill people, you'd automatically write around that to make it make sense.
right. Then you just into a whole. Then you're making a whole different movie.
Exactly.
Right.
So there's
Head
There's a
canon.
guy.
there's a director's right. There's like director's like will to show what he or demonstrate what he wants to like portray, and then there's I guess headcanon.
Right. Well, I tend to use headcanon sparingly.
I'm saying you can use if you wanted the
If you
Terminator to
apply
kill
it to that-
people in this
if you-
movie,
if
you
you
can
apply it to
easily
that
write
degree,
that in.
you're actually
Like,
undermining
that's
the
not
movie
that
you're
big
trying
of
to
a
watch.
deal. If those people that he shot are dead or living,
It's
that doesn't-
actually a big deal. It's part of the theme and the story the movie's trying to tell.
Yeah, I think the director has a specific thing he's trying to
yeah.
illustrate.
Specific point he's trying to make, specific message he's trying to tell.
But if the
If you go around to undermine it so much, then you don't.
Johnny
you
Walker-
would have to kind of rewrite the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker, this goes back to your infamous theme about Joker not holding the revolver hammer in that one scene with Dark Knight.
Oh. Yeah.
When he's actually holding the hammer.
He's holding it. I saw it.
I know.
Order.
But if you just change that one little part,
That's the
it makes it way
thing.
better.
Oh,
Nightmare
gosh.
time. So notice her escape's going well until she sees him, then she
Okay,
just falls
yeah.
off
Sarah
the
Connor
rails.
just witnessed or just saw Terminator T-800 model come out of the elevator, and she's of course freaking out.
Yeah.
Like any already psycho girl would
Like
be.
any person, person would
Anybody,
freak
yeah,
out.
yeah, anybody, especially Psycho Bat over here.
Yeah.
No offense to all the crazies out there
That
listening.
was a good tackle.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even a grabber. He's like
He's
playing
got
footsies
her.
with her,
Well, I mean, he got her down immediately.
Yeah.
I guess.
Knocked her. Don't help. Yeah, she's literally ranting. So yeah.
Okay, and
And
then,
they're not paying attention whatsoever.
Right. Well,
well,
of
they're
course.
trying to restrain her crazy ass.
I mean, just
Ow.
generally.
The window. Through the door. Damn.
When did he pick up that baton?
From one of the guards.
You mean through the window? To the wall?
There wasn't. It was through the door. And he just like
Okay, here we
literally
go.
tossed away Nurse Ratchet there.
He's gonna say the infamous Kyle Reese line. Say it.
Hold on, dramatic effect. Well, she's trying
Come
to
with
process
me
what's
if you
happening.
want to live.
Yeah.
See, he just
So,
said it.
like,
She's trying to process all this.
in the earlier drafts of this movie where I was talking about how they were doing the whole part where the mission where John Connor where it leads up to them sending them actually back. Another part of it was where there's like him actually reprogramming the Arnold with that message from Kyle Reese to say to her
To convince
to
her.
actually for her to recognize
So
like
what
that
would you
was
say if
part
you
of
saw
it.
this in real life? Just this guy just flipped through the bars.
So that's
I
like
would
why
like-
that's why he says it.
I would
so.
run. Well, he can't. Silverman can't go anywhere because he'll be in like crossfire. So
right.
he literally can't move.
Yeah.
And there's just gunfire.
But if I saw this happen, I think I would also be admitted to the crazy hospital because I would be preaching that.
Right.
Number one, the reptilian overlords are real.
Well, there's
And this is
security
proof.
cameras. It's
Okay.
got to be on camera.
Doors
right?
opening.
Zipper head effect was actually Stan Winston's like little puppet thing combined with CGI.
Nice.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, if you saw that, yeah, that's it. You're going to the
actually
loony
pretty
like
neat.
loony bin. Again, no offense to all
Doors
the
opening.
crazies out there.
Neat.
Did you say doors opening?
Yeah.
Doors opening.
That's
Anyway.
for the metro.
Well, they are in the express elevator to hell.
Oh yeah,
And but no, she's smart. She's like immediately
dude. In
picks up
this
a gun and starts
scene,
firing.
in this
Monster shoot.
in this elevator scene, Sarah Connor, aka Linda Hamilton's dumb butt, she went to the bathroom during this scene and took off her ear protection, and as a result, Arnie was popping off real 10 gauge rounds.
Well, 10 gauge blanks.
Blanks. Yeah, I'm sorry, not rounds, but blanks. But
The sound's still
nevertheless,
going on.
yeah, the sound is still there, and she actually, as a result, she encountered permanent hearing damage.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
Because the elevator, I mean, it's what, like 3 feet by 3 feet or whatever,
Yeah.
4 feet by 4 feet, whatever.
Tiny
That'll
little
do
square.
it.
Yeah, and if you're popping off a 10 gauge,
fake or not.
yeah,
It's gonna make
permanent
some
hearing
noise.
loss, man. Yeah. So to all you shooters out there, make sure to always wear ear protection. Of course, any real shooter, I don't need to tell that, but
And
all you newbies,
don't shoot a shotgun
wear ear
inside
protection.
of an elevator.
Newbies, hobbyists.
no, dude,
enthusiasts,
shoot it if you have to, but just
eyes and ears.
be mindful, eyes and ears at all times.
So that's neat. So this
Mhm.
again
So
was
him running.
mocap.
Yeah.
Neat.
So that's him just like running in
Yeah.
dots and stuff, or
Trying to
like
slow
the
him down.
grid.
Notice the image she
Costume.
got. Furlong immediately knows what to do when she says I'm out. So she's been training him to like actually load guns and whatnot.
Here's one of the
That's what
things.
he
So
says that.
James Cameron like made it a moral point and effort to not show John Connor ever pointing the gun at anybody, whether it was a
really?
T1000 or
What?
T800.
Not
yeah,
even Terminator.
not even the turn. Nothing. He
Yeah,
was
that's
only
lame.
responsible for like transferring the weapons
For
or hauling
support.
them, but he was
Reloading
like
them.
10-year-old.
he was like, no, it is morally reprehensible or whatever to like
To have a kid
display
shooting
that.
off
Yeah,
a gun.
like so he did not want any of that in any part of this movie. Which
Imagine how much cooler this movie would
I
have
know.
been
What if he would have been
was a
shooting at the
teenager.
T1000, dude?
No, if his character was a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's the point in time that he came back, and then all this stuff. This is pretty much the same events are happening, but he's just older and able to do more stuff.
Right. Which would be. Anyway.
All right, so we got
Yeah.
the T1000 clinging on to the back of this
I did
little
not
cop
see the
car.
security guard that he capped earlier, but it might have been a different
Dude,
exit.
maybe he rolled away and died. Be a
Who?
kill count.
Oh, he crawled away,
Crawl.
Crawled to a payphone to call an ambulance.
Yeah.
yeah.
Boom.
Okay,
This
now
is
Arnie
neat.
is shooting backwards into the T1000 while T1000. I don't know why the T1000 doesn't just strike John Connor here at this point. He could just like literally like do a
think he's
little
tr-
sword.
He's trying to get into striking
I
distance, I
mean,
think.
he was almost there. Striking distance, Bruce Willis. Woo!
Yeah.
Striking distance?
I like how the
Which one's that?
metallic rattle.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
The metallic rattle as he rolls around with the.
Jessica Parker.
Yeah, good effects. Good sound effects
Yeah.
there. Sarah Jessica Parker. What?
old foot face herself.
Striking distance.
Now check this out. Now John Connor
give it
Clang,
back to
clang.
him.
just touched the T1000. T1000 can mimic whatever he touches.
Right.
Ooh.
You should also be able to mimic surf.
But
So
they never-
That's how it comes into play later.
No.
He's
He
got
never
his
he never
fingerprints?
mimics him. But now he knows his makeup, his composure. Remember, T1000 can mimic basically anything that's of a similar size, shape, or model, whatever.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
know what I
mimic
mean?
him later. He
Right.
mimics,
He
Lynn
mimics,
Hamilton
Sarah
later.
Connor, yeah.
Yeah.
And here we got the Kill Bill effects, the background driving scene.
Yeah.
It's so
I don't know
tacky.
why. Yeah, it's.
They
like
said that.
such a-
Well, James Cameron said it was just way easier to
Safety
do
first, yeah.
dialogue, like you said, safety. Just all kind. Just you could do so much stuff with
just
the
look
lighting.
really cheesy. And,
You can look really cheesy in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But on
just
top of
driving a
that,
car
yeah,
down the
and
road.
I guess he took like a massive shortcut to
Right.
not film a car at night.
That's
I
how we
guess.
get the T1000's little more morphine effects.
Yeah.
It's that little
That's
cut,
fine. I'm
the
happy
little
with that
budget,
trade-off.
little trade-off. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. You do the car on the blue screen at night for some inconsequential driving scene.
you shoot him with the green
Speaking of
screen.
which, you got to budget very carefully. So why
Did
don't
you say
uh,
budget?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Here we go.
Whoa,
T2, Judgment Day, 1991. Revenues versus a production budget of $100 million. Domestic gross in 1991 was $204 million. Adjusted for today's dollars, $438 million. International market,
Domestic. Yeah.
yeah, still domestic. International market, it made an additional $315 million. Again, back in 1991 dollars. So a lot of money, bigly. Okay, compared to the original Terminator, 1984, revenues versus a production budget of $6.5 million. 1984 domestic dollars, 38 million. Adjusted for today's dollars, it'd be closer to 100 million. And on the international market back then in 1984, it made 40 million. So it also did remarkably well, especially for that point in time. Compared to T3, Rise of the Machines, a production budget of $187 million.
Talk
came
to
out
the
in,
hand.
oh God, yes,
no,
that unfortunate movie, end quote. It'll never be forgotten. But 2003, domestic gross of 150 million bucks. So it sucked compared to the production budget, money wise. adjusted for today's dollars, 224 million. Okay. And on the international market, it pulled in 283 million. So, yeah, I mean, domestically, it didn't really break even, but you got the international revenues coming in, so to level it out. So, yeah, they made money, but it was just,
Yeah, by the time you get around 2000,
It was just-
international markets start to be more important anyway.
dude, it was
Yeah.
just, I don't know. What would you guys consider T3? Trash? Horse trash?
Mm,
Anything?
Garbage.
Less than trash?
yeah,
Sigh.
yeah, I don't know. It's not quite Highlander 2,
Wait, I can't remember how we ranked.
Nah.
but it's
You guys liked Genesis over T3, I think.
Well,
No.
No. You
Possibly.
guys liked T3 over Genesis. I'm the one that liked Genesis over T3. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
answer
did
the-
not like Genesis.
Okay, but if you had to compare Genesis over T3, which one would you pick?
Salvation.
What do you mean Genesis?
Like if you had to pick
That's
one,
what I mean.
if you had to pick one, which one would you pick to watch?
T3.
The least dumb of the sequels was probably Salvation. Even that had its moments.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't matter now since all those movies, Terminator 3, Genesis, and Salvation, are all being retconned by Dark Fate.
Yes, Dark Fate will be a direct continuation
We'll
of
see what
T2
happens.
Judgment Day.
No, the best part is it's like with this whole timeline bullcrap is you're just like all those movies are just there's just separate things that happen in the fucking weird timeline. Of the
Well,
Term-
no,
of
they're not
Terminator
separate.
universes.
In T3, he goes through an explanation for it too.
Parallel universes, whatever you want to call it.
There's no parallel.
Different
He's-
yeah,
universes.
different universe. Same
No.
shit's going
We had
on.
this
But
discussion
everybody
with
makes
Genesis,
different
right?
choices.
no.
Like how one Kyle Reese grows up, or one John Connor grows up and actually becomes the leader of a resistance and all this other stuff. And another Kyle Reese is actually, John Connor is another character in this movie, stopping the whole thing from happening, and blah 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 blah, and all that other crap. So it's just like different versions of the same story happening on like all different parallels. But
Chiefs auto parts.
like how we were talking about during Genesis, is where's ground zero and where does it go off from there? I still believe that this is the second take around.
Wait, you still believe that? What's the second take?
This is the second timeline.
Like another. So do you still think
Affirmative?
it's the same universe?
The same as the first movie.
As the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, new parallel dimension.
It's like- Javier doesn't agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Nighty Sling.
What?
Right here.
Hasta la
Baby.
vista, baby.
Yeah.
Did anyone
goes-
ever really say that?
He says it's
in the
funny.
90s?
Hasta la
Everyone said it
vista,
after this movie
baby.
came out.
Yeah,
It became a thing.
after the movie.
All right. Before the movie, Hasta la Vista might as well
Chill
be
out,
fetch.
dickwad.
No
No problemo.
Yeah,
No
give us some
problem.
quotes. Just favor us with some quotes here. I'm looking at you, John Daniels.
What quotes?
Yeah, we're waiting around discussing Nettie Sling. You got any?
Yes.
All right,
Chill out, dickwad.
chill out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, I am a machine.
Okay, so
No.
infamous quotes.
Yeah,
So
Quit
all right,
bringing
here-
that movie up.
I can't help it.
that's
It's-
T3 Rise of the Crap.
Yeah.
So
there's only two good things in that movie.
So,
I
okay,
tried to
ev-
It's
swallow
where
it, and I
one
brought it
fact,
back up.
everyone-
one part is where what?
You notice their toy guns are Berettas.
they're real Berettas.
No, they're toy
Um,
Berettas.
Hold on. End of T3 talk is the part where the doctor comes in and was like, "Hey, oh yeah, I do remember seeing him in the hallway, and it made me realize everything, and blah blah blah. It makes you see crazy." Or he was like trying to talk himself out of it, or some shit like that. Over like Linda Hamilton's funeral, or some crap, or some shit like
What?
that.
Yeah.
From T3, and then the other part was when the actual movie leads up to him actually just becoming a survivor and like able to start to be able to live to create the resistance that
I will
happens in the future.
survive.
So then that just loops around to the first movie, or before the first movie.
And we never
So,
got an
yeah.
awesome future war.
Yeah, which sucks
Okay.
because like there's a whole bunch like all the stuff from like
Listen,
yeah.
Buckaroo. First, I'll do the quote. The infamous quote of this entire series is
I'll be back.
now
No.
in the in the what
yeah. I'm just
in
kidding.
the I think in the original script for the first Terminator, in that scene where he goes into the cop station, the script calls for "I will be back," but it's either Arnie being Arnie or Arnie just not reading the goddamn script and just improvising.
He's
And-
probably just
Atom.
being Austrian.
yeah, he's being Austrian. And he just goes,
Anthem.
I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Up and autumn.
But yeah, so that's the Simpsons thing. So yeah, so that's how that kind of stuck. And of course, we hear "I'll be back" in every single Terminator movie. What I know, it's in the first one, second one. It's in
Obligatory.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Is it in Salvation? Do you guys know?
Probably.
Who knows? But yeah,
Barely
So-
remember that movie.
so that's that one.
Genesis?
Anyway, just Arnie has just info dumped everything you need to know
That's
about
that worst-
Skynet and Dyson.
That's the worst timeline to be in.
Which one?
Genesis.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell's going on in that movie.
Dude.
So they're not quite over the border yet at this point. They're somewhere in Southern California.
So what you're saying is T3 could actually be zero timeline? Is that the zero timeline?
No. The worst time. No, maybe it's no. They're all pretty
If
bad.
the ending leads back to the original before,
Does it? Yeah,
because it
yes.
leads into John Connor living to.
Judgment Day anyway.
I'm saying Judgment. He didn't prevent Judgment Day. That means the first two movies failed, which means kind of everything happened, and then
Right.
he's alive to become a leader of the Resistance. The only way it doesn't happen is if he's not a leader of the Resistance in the future, is where they stop the apocalypse. Instead of just preventing it years and years down the line like they do in the other movies.
Seems like every movie.
They're
just
like,
serves
oh,
to
it's just
kick the
later
can
now.
Further.
Yeah. They're like, oh, the apocalypse is just later now.
Oops. Shot-
So we got
is-
Enrique.
Is that a
over here.
Mossberg? What is that? It's
Mossberg 500?
No, 590, I believe.
Dude, Mossberg. Thank you, Mossberg, for making an appearance in this movie.
Yeah. She still got his.
This guy's so funny. You're pretty jumpy, Connor.
Are they in Mexico?
Not yet.
No,
They
no,
mentioned
no.
crossing the border later,
Oh, okay.
so I think they're very near the border.
So I think there was like implication to Sarah and Enrique having like a relationship, and
Certainly possible.
yeah,
Maybe.
in return for Enrique kind of training Mini John Connor how to handle weapons, reload,
Or
blah
it
blah
just
blah, etc.
isn't
You know
that
what I mean?
lifestyle, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's not unknown to that family, so she obviously knows him from before.
Yeah.
And that's what she says earlier is
Tequila.
Dude, she's
Or that's
drinking
what
like straight to the dome.
John Connor was saying. She's like, yeah, just whatever do that she can learn from or whatever.
Yeah. It's great. Examine the child.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
The kid's like, what the hell's going on?
Bah.
You hear the dogs barking in the background?
Dude, they're
They're
sniffing
barking at
out
Sarah Connor.
No, they're barking at the T800.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's
they're just happy that Sarah Connor's back. They want to say hi.
possibly.
Yes, they remember her from like.
And that's
8
really
years
him
ago.
pulling it over.
No, it's not.
I'm sure it is.
He had like 10 guys help him pull that thing.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just real
Okay.
quickly in here, what do we got in here? That's a Browning M2 HB 50 caliber. He pulls the tarp off these. I believe those are M60s. Let's see. Yep, M60s as used by Rambo.
Oh, cool.
Really?
And then we have
That's
series
an
of
odd.
AKs and M16s.
Dude, you grab the AK. Don't forget the minigun's about to make an appearance.
M79 grenade launcher.
Dude, I need one of
Hell
those.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
those
she's
just
like, I got my old gear
smorgasbord.
on, my old combo. My
Yeah, she's
combo.
like Rambo.
Combat outfit.
She's like mini Rambo now.
a Generalista here.
Generalista.
Yeah. Was that a Ford? No, it's a Chevy. Yeah.
Either way, she's screwed.
Now that's the M134 minigun from Predator.
Oh, that's the Predator one looks longer for some reason.
Yeah, it does.
It's a little modified and whatnot.
Mac's holding it. Mac.
Oh, yeah, it's a shorter barrel, it seems like. I mean, they're ready to... Where's all this? What the hell?
That is actually what is it?
What? All the
Commander?
firepower?
Yeah.
Dude, Enrique had it in his little
I
dungeon.
know, no, this all makes me mad for later on. Is like, they show this whole part of him getting all this stuff, and it's like they don't get to use it against the Terminator, the thing they need to use it against.
I guess it's T1000.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
And
not,
he
like
kind of just uses it against the cops.
it's not like you can cart around a Browning M2 machine gun
Yes, yes, you
on
can.
the back of your truck and not catch a
Only
little attention.
Batman can do that.
No, Terminator can.
He should. I mean,
He should be like, never leave home without it. My Gatling gun.
Yeah. But like I said,
Yeah, like he never. Yeah,
But it just shows she's been preparing. That's all. Really.
he should have saved
And they actually do
all
use
those
some of it.
grenade rounds for the T-1000 and all those Gatling rounds for the T-1000. That would have slowed him down.
I think the actual thing that slowed the T-1000 down was the
Grenade launcher.
No, was when he got hit with that liquid nitrogen
Yeah,
and he froze.
I meant slowing down, like when they're chasing him. When he's chasing him.
I guess. I mean, same with 9mm when she was shooting him in the car. Pew pew pew.
Dude, a minigun versus T-1000.
Yeah, but he would just morph back into a being himself.
Where's that? Give me that movie.
Yeah, there'd be
that movie
pieces of
shot.
him everywhere.
That
He
what?
just splatter and recombine, pretty much.
Yeah, he just make himself like whole,
Now, T-1000 versus flamethrower, that might be interesting.
or just like liquid nitrogen. Get
No,
a
the
little
grenade
bottle.
launcher is good enough.
Why do you cry?
Oh yeah, he's now asking Connor about crying. Hold on, I think I have that too. 1 second.
Oh yeah, it's not when he's crying.
I know now why you cry, but it's something I could never do.
No,
That's what he says. I swear to God, that's what
I
he says
know.
to him in the end.
You're jumping
He's a
way ahead
Terminator.
here.
He's not gonna cry.
Oh, fix the starter.
I'm good with machines.
Yeah.
No problemo.
No problem with dickwad.
He doesn't say that.
Yeah,
We should call little John Connor dickwad.
All right.
thought it was chill out, dickwad.
Something like that.
No problem with dickwad. All right. So now Sarah Connor proceeds to go into a
Look,
psychotic
look.
break. What?
Hardly.
He's like, I'll kill you.
Meditative state
He
more like
wants
it.
to terminate him so bad
Oh,
Yeah.
when he tells him
when he
too
misses
slow.
his hand. Yeah.
All right. Sarah Connor has the glasses from like Star Wars, The Last Jedi. That little
What?
lady.
No,
Yeah, the little lady with the
don't.
eyes.
No,
Those are not Maz Kanata glasses. But
don't
she's
even mention Maz Kanata's name. and
reflective here.
Same.
Who?
Anywhere near the reference towards Lyndall Hamilton, Sarah Connor.
No,
Right.
not her. I'm saying the glasses.
Yeah, I know. You're wrong.
It's weird. Like, this is why you couldn't have a Terminator headcanon of him killing people, because she's ruminating here about his qualifications as a father. So
Yeah.
Dude, she'd rather
And you know-
she'd rather date a T800 than be with all the scumbags that she's been with.
You know,
yeah,
I'm
and her
not
whole
kidding.
monologue saying, yeah, it does shit in a crazy
it's
world.
just about her,
I'm not going to literally just
She's-
repeat the movie at you. In a crazy world, he's the most
monologue
sane
about her
choice.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
I know.
either poor or justified or questionable choices.
Dude, she wants to hit
Yeah,
him.
but him killing people would only add to his effect of being able as a better protector. Because, like, if people are coming after him,
That guy just cut me off. Go kill him.
no, I mean, if like,
Yeah, pretty much.
if people are trying to get after John Connor, then if he needs to take
Forget
somebody
John
out, then
Connor,
he should be able to
her.
do that. Because he's a
But he's
Terminator.
not programmed to obey her. He's programmed to obey Connor.
I know.
John
I'm saying,
Connor, not Sarah Connor.
yeah. I'm saying
Anyway.
the only thing that's preventing him from killing is John Connor.
Yeah.
So it's not
surprisingly
it's written in the movie, but for that reason, because he's a kid, like, and all that stuff.
Unlike the little 12-year-olds I met recently, he seems to be a fairly reasonable person. Doesn't
Dude, she's crying right now. Come on.
yeah.
No kid.
Why do you
say he's
cry?
like 10 to 13?
He doesn't say why do you cry. He says, I know now why you cry. But
It's
that's something I can never do.
10 to 13. Nobody wants. They don't want to see people get shot and shit.
Dude,
like
she's
that.
got the combat boots.
Yeah.
Especially all the crazy shit your mom's been filling your head with. Like, there's no
it's
way.
like a symptom for PTSD, but it's also like a really effective little sequence here. Just the nightmarish quality really carries through. It just shows you
So-
what's going on in her.
Oh
head.
yeah.
The funny thing about this nuke scene, like some crazy laboratory saw this and they actually sent a thank you letter to James Cameron confirming that, hey, Cameron, your scene is the most authentic scene
Oh, yeah,
in what
yeah.
would happen in like some nuclear holocaust war type crap. Like everything would first
like recreation.
be
Yeah.
incinerated. And then after that, the wind would come, and then after that, everything would explode. Like they said, "Hey, yours
That's
is like
what
the
would
most."
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what would happen. Literally, like
Most authentic.
even though it was like
And
you know,
even the effects team, when they were working on it, they said it was a hard time for them working on it because it was so how real and intense they had to make it, and it was like upsetting, but they knew that that's like the whole message of the movie. Like that's the whole point, is how upsetting it is.
basically
And so-
everyone gets burned alive.
Yeah, and all the models right here of Lyndall Hamilton, like these models, they did recreations of her, like life, like doll models, like of them, and then all when it shows her get burned and blown away, like that was really it. Like those models don't exist anymore, obviously, because
Dude,
Right.
this
there's
is just
literally
like a
they
fire
really are-
hurricane.
no, they literally are burning the models that they made.
And blowing them away.
They're just burning them and blowing them away. That's what this is. That model right there with the skeleton, like this crazy ass shit right here, the skeleton.
Yeah.
Like
Dude.
that was the model they made.
That looks
And
like
then
something
they
out of like
destroyed
Freddy
it, and then
Krueger.
they recorded it.
So yeah, so crazy girl just woke up and now she wants to still date Terminator, but then she realizes she wants to go kill Joe Morton. Can you believe that? AKA Miles Dyson.
But yeah, and also like all the models that they created for Helena Hamilton, they used all of them. They don't exist anymore because they blew them all up for shooting.
Unlike Arnold's, where they kept one from the original filming of Terminator to bring back for us in Salvation.
Wait, what?
Look, she's so pissed. No fate.
Yeah. No, apparently they managed to. Arnold's cameo in Salvation was from
That was a CGI.
Oh, you mean from the first movie?
No, Terminator
The
Salvation,
bust,
the fourth
right?
one.
but they had a life model of him. So that's
Yeah.
what they used. That's what they used as the basis
For the
this.
CG recreation of Arnold, the young Arnold, like model, like
Right. So they had a full body cast of him
Yeah.
from some point in the production of the original Terminator film, and they were able to reuse it for the production of
and then digitize
special
it
effects.
so they get
for
young Arnold.
Salvation.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got to say about that.
I don't know why you cry.
Yeah. And I,
Yes.
yeah, man, trying to remember my appropriate quote from Revelations, but that movement is passed in the movie.
Revelations, the Bible?
And the one in
Dude, this is not gospel podcast. Javier.
Preach it, brother.
Huh?
Preach, brother.
Preach it. What are you, David from Covenant?
No, don't compare me to that asshole. And they
You
just
have
figured out.
tunes in you, brother.
They just figured out what she's gonna do.
So yeah,
And
John
he really
Connor
doesn't-
is just squealing that they have to go chase down his mom.
That's when he was changing.
Oh yeah, by the way, during the filming, I think we already talked about this, right? His voice was changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his voice. They actually had to adjust the pitch in post production to make it sound consistent throughout the movie.
Oh, weird.
Like a little whiny girl.
Yeah,
Dude, he just wiped his nose with his hand. Did you see that?
Good.
yeah.
Dude.
So yeah,
No wonder he turned out to
surprisingly,
be a
John
terrible
Connor
person.
has like a really more or less grounded sense of morality.
Heroin?
It's weird. It's like he doesn't care about stealing money, but then he's like, no, you can't kill anybody. So he's
Yeah, I
got
know,
some kind of
right?
compass.
Such like he's also a little psychopath.
Well, if
He's got a certain.
there's
moral
anything
compass.
to be believed from her some crazy mom's futures, that money doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
It's like all
People's
the
lives
money in the
do,
world.
but money doesn't.
No, money actually matters more.
What? Is that the lesson in this movie trying to make?
No, that's the lesson I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, way too late for this.
All right, so check this out.
And
She's
she
got-
can't take one simple shot.
Dude, she's
Well,
got
she's
the
not
okay.
a killer. That's the thing.
Look
She
how the
tries.
laser.
No,
is,
she's been trained to
the
be a
laser
killer.
is 1 inch underneath the muzzle, okay, or the barrel.
She just doesn't want to.
She is lining it up way too high. If she wants that headshot, she's gonna have to aim for the neck.
Oh.
Oh, and of
Practical
course she
tips.
never pulls that trigger. Come on.
Or she does, but
She
then
did.
she
Kid
does, but
saves
she's
his
too
life.
late.
Yeah.
yeah, and then she switches to full auto.
Yeah.
And
then
she can't even
misses.
shoot him on a full auto,
And-
dude.
Well, he does duck away.
He's got cover, and that's what
he's
makes
got,
an
he's got
assault
some
rifle
cover. He's got some cover.
full auto function.
That is a real assault
That's an
rifle.
assault- that's an auto rifle, yeah.
Not what everyone else calls it on TV or like the news.
Semi-autos.
Yeah,
Right.
And she has a silencer on, so all they see is just a bunch of shit flying around everywhere. There's no gunshots actually yet.
and then she pulls out her
Well,
45,
up until she pulls out her handgun, yeah.
which is a 45.
Dude, that 45, you get shot with that thing, you are down and out. That 45 would probably hurt more than the damn assault rifle.
So in some other
Actually,
weird
yeah.
alternate timeline, she actually does complete this mission,
Right.
and then that's some other offshoot movie.
Wait, where?
I don't know, just in general.
In your head?
Head cannon.
In your head along does she meet Joker too?
2 more shots. No,
Right.
she meets Two-Face.
Yeah.
The real Two-Face, not the...
Oh. Dude, this crazy girl, I would have blasted her in the face already before she even like.
Not the fake Joker Two-Face.
What?
The real Two-Face.
Dude, she would have been on the ground before she would have stepped foot like in my door.
But she really is pulling off the crazy right here. She does sound
So it's funny.
quite nutty. If you just saw someone coming running and start shooting you and yelling about it's your fault, that does sound like something a
That's
crazy
when
person
you-
would do.
That's when you pull out your ankle piece,
And
and you
she's
blow them away.
really close to pulling the trigger on him.
So in here, they try and sequence, or they try and make her look like, or they try and make her play the Terminator role, where, you know, all in black. They even played the infamous Terminator music when she's approaching and walking up into the house.
She
right?
became the Terminator.
So they kind of they made
She's
her,
on a mission to
right.
fucking
She's
take
on
out
a
this
yeah.
dude.
She's kind of this isolated mission. They play the Terminator music while she's walking toward the house, and of course she's unloading this automatic rifle, and she turns into a girl, and she can't do it. She's like, oh no, right?
Her
Although there
conscious
was
sets in, you mean?
there was a what? Oh, what's that? Conscious? What's that? I don't know what that is.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. What was the quote?
Something like
Okay,
that.
so Terminator and
That's what
John
happened
Connor
right here.
They just walk in. And again, if you were these people, wouldn't you be like, who the hell
She's
are
like,
you?
I am the Terminator.
I'm glad the
now."
shooting. I'd be glad the shooting stopped for one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, okay,
All right,
please.
that's a step in the right direction.
Well, yeah, the killer's down, and
Dude,
And
she's
then-
crying like a psychopath.
I mean, but
Terminator-
there's a bunch of strangers in your house, but there's a kid there, so
But
that's kind of.
Dude,
He-
I'd
he
blast
does
them
offer
all.
medical advice, so that gets them on their side.
Dude, in Texas, that's called trespassing. For someone to
They're
go.
not in Texas; they're in LA, where
Oh.
apparently you have to roll over and give the home invader whatever they want.
Literally, roll over, then bend over. Here you go.
Yeah.
By the way, don't sue me.
I'm exaggerating, of course.
that
Anyway,
what
just of note, the 45 she pulled was actually a straight Detonics 1940 Colt 45.
Dude, those
Not a
40,
Colt. Detonics 1911.
okay, modeled after the Colt. Right.
For that very.
Now
of
those
the Colt
Colts,
45.
they're all single stack, right? What are they? 7 or 8?
Yeah, 7 to 8 in the mag,
Yeah.
and was the U.S. Army service
45
sidearm,
ACP.
U.S. Army service sidearm from 1911 up
Oh,
until
yeah.
the mid 80s when they were replaced by the Beretta 92 FS, which is what you notice all the cops were holding.
Okay.
It went from 45 to 9mm,
Yeah.
and of course the Beretta has a larger ammo capacity.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'd just start be freaking out again. Some guys like, okay, the
Some
shooting
guy
stopped, but now someone's got a knife.
Yeah, some dude, especially Arnold, if he's in your house and he's chopping off his damn arm, yeah, you'd be freaking out. I mean, anybody would be freaking out.
Yeah, but this is like just one of those great scenes.
Yes.
Classic movie cinema.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude, look how jacked his arm is.
Yep.
Yeah, it gives it that R rating. Awesome.
This is like perfect time for Arnold right now.
Yeah.
So the dude, the producer, one of the effects guy that created the arm, they told him they were getting ready to put blood all over it, and he freaked out. He goes, "No, it'll jam up all the parts, and it won't work right." And da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And they said, "Hey, this is the last scene with the arm, so we're gonna throw it away
Yeah.
after we're done with it. So
Right.
we're gonna get blood on it." And he like shut up, right? He was like, and then they realized like, oh man, we just told him his prop sucks after this scene. Yeah, they felt
Yeah.
really bad.
Right.
So that was
I
kind
mean,
of
it's
funny.
a movie. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know, but the guy was so passionate about it. No, you can't. The mechanical stuff will get
Well,
messed
yeah.
up and this. That,
I
the
mean, he
other.
made it work.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, he like engineered
He's like,
it.
you're gonna
and
make it
then-
not work.
Yeah, he was like,
I like this. Again with the dark humor. on
dude,
this.
why is
He
this
took it
lady
pretty well.
smoking in his house?
Yeah, it took it pretty well. It would have been better if he actually threw up.
Not only does Sarah Connor shoot him, but she
That would
starts
not be taking it
smoking in
well.
his house, and she's sitting on his countertop.
With their shoes on the seat.
I would be like, lady, as soon as I heal up,
Boots down, lady that just shot me.
like, seriously.
Seriously. Home invaders these days. No manners.
Yeah, honestly.
Right.
She just shot you. You gonna tell her to put her boots down?
Dude, I would tell her that after I
Right.
shot her in the
And then
ankles.
she starts
Oh.
ranting again. It's right. You don't know what it's
You
like.
don't
to
know
live
what
your
it's
life.
like to give a life. Shut up.
My goodness.
No, that's of course after she shot me. I would tell her to
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
please refrain.
If you're
from...
a bad person,
No, if I was a good person.
that's what you'd be saying to her.
No,
It was neat. I
that
guess
was a regular human
upon
being.
rewatching, realized her mental state is kind of like precarious through most of this film.
How?
What?
Precarious?
Mentally, she's between on mission,
On and off?
on again, off again, on mission, another mission, about ready to start ranting and raving.
She was just in the loony bin, pop full of like pills
Throws
and
in
a bunch
other
of stuff.
medications, yeah. But yeah,
That doesn't help anybody.
What?
Dyson does really.
What?
Being in a mental institution.
Well, actually, for some people it does.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
That's why I'm laughing.
Oh, okay, maybe it does. Doesn't. Both.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
The infamous tune.
And
The CPU from the first Terminator. Dude, Linda Sarah
She's like,
Connor's still flipping out. I'd be like, lady, you gonna stomp
It's
around in my kitchen?
Boots off, lady.
Like, honestly, at least wipe.
No,
those
it's
dirty
like
boots.
I mean, well, she's like, of course they kept the technology. Like you're
Right.
always that's what she always knew, and I mean, I
yeah,
don't
she
know,
suspected, but
Yeah.
then, of course, companies being companies. Oh,
Also,
possible revolutionary technology. We're gonna cover it up and not tell anyone.
Like this whole like really literally second half of this movie was one of the like kind
Speak!
of spawned off a plot point off of the first movie, deleted scene from that where she was like going to the phone book trying to find Cyberdyne systems and like figure out things about that she heard about from Kyle Reese from the future or something like that.
Wait, that was a deleted scene from the first one, really?
Yeah, and it delves into how she was trying to change the future, like in the first movie, like getting that deep into like the whole like time travel like nuttiness of it.
Dude, I was
But it was
not
all
aware.
oh really, and it was all saved, or it was a good.
You know,
Also, they didn't use they used for this movie, which
and
I think makes for a good sequel because there's a lot of stuff left unsaid, like why wouldn't she do this? Why wouldn't she do that? And then she
Right.
does it in this one.
This poor guy.
dude, I like when the John
No
Connor
idea.
rips out the tape, being tough. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you little punk. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Watch.
Nothing. No, I'm just,
Watch. He's gonna,
I know.
They're gonna whip out their guns, and he's gonna be like,
Carl, right?
"Yeah, Carl, the security guard.
Yeah.
He's got like a.
I insist.
He looks like he has a deputy sheriff badge.
Yeah.
Don't
They both got the
even
45s
think
there.
about it.
And
Yeah,
security guard has a, what is that?
Watch.
a
That's
Rolex.
That's a Beretta, I believe.
Oh,
Inox.
See? He made a little noise and everything.
Anyway.
That was
So
his
yeah,
gun.
it's weird. There's like two handguns in this movie.
I'm not kidding.
There's
I know, I
Berettas
know.
and there's 45s. Those are what exists in this film.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to go with the Beretta because of the
What?
ammo
45?
capacity.
Capacity.
Dude, 45 you can have
Terminator.
like
If
7.
there's Terminator anywhere near me, I'm carrying a 45.
No way, dude.
Need more
You
bait
could
for the
double
buck.
the shots with a
Oh, shit.
Beretta.
Well, you need power.
Dude, he doesn't even help out his partner.
Well, he's got to get the alarm first.
gonna
Then he
push
can go
the
help him
button,
out.
yeah.
He's got to secure the perimeter.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The alarm, call the cops.
Literally right before they try to walk in,
I know. He's like, oh, my access card.
and it's done.
Yep. Don't worry.
My card should access.
What
this
didn't you
thing.
know about 2 security guards?
Would he? How late? How often is he here that late? Well,
All
probably
the
a lot.
time, probably.
That's true.
And he's all like, "How would I would have known about the blah blah blah?" And it's like, dude, you're building a supercomputer, which you're eventually gonna sell to
China.
the military. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck you think's gonna happen?
No, he sells it at China first.
It's not the worst thing, just a bad couple things.
Well, who could think that this AI I'm building is going to turn out and just nuke us all?
Dude, I thought that was the goal for like most AI
Well, I
projects.
mean, it's almost being built to be able to nuke something.
Not really. It just gets turned into a military thing. If you look into his history, like he builds a chip and then it becomes a military supplier, and then they start putting it in weapons and.
But I mean,
weaponizing
she kind of says it leads to it earlier. She's like, "It's like, what do you think was gonna happen?" It's like, obviously, if you look forward in the steps you're taking, like, you
think
would realize what it was.
I guess he was hoping for some of the more peaceful uses
Yeah,
of AI,
yeah.
like advanced medical diagnostics.
That's why
traffic
she's
writing
like.
problems,
That's why she's like, of course. She's like, yeah, of course. What the hell you think's gonna happen?
Dude, there was a stunt double that actually stood there when the thing of
Oh, really?
flames came at him. The
Yeah,
fireball.
that was a good shot.
Yeah.
like, they
oh,
put on like
Halon. Alien system.
So the halon system. Another cool thing about this is that allowed them to do like fancier lighting in the scene, where they got to use the flashlights and everything. So you'll see it here coming up.
Right. However,
What do you
it
mean,
was,
the alarm system?
The smoke. The smoke.
according to my information here, it was actually they stopped using it in January 1994 because of the Clean Air Act. It actually damages the ozone layer.
Oh.
Of course,
And what does it do exactly?
it puts out a fire.
Extinguishes fires
Oh.
by interrupting the oxygen reaction,
Oh.
which also means you can't breathe it or shouldn't breathe it.
Oh please. All right, enter T1000 with his now biker helmet.
Yeah, he's just picking up various guys.
With the aviators, I think.
Yeah.
So
He
come
borrowed them
and
from
it-
the Colonel from
and I re-
Rambo 4.
I really wish he was like, because he's wearing, he took the cop bike earlier. He's like, hey, nice bike.
Say, that's a nice bike.
Yeah. And
Wait, why did I miss that part?
then later on, like or not later on, and then all the interviews and stuff from for like the interviews for the movie and things like that, Robert Patrick is wearing like a leather jacket like Terminator from the first movie and this movie, like a straight up like biker leather jacket.
Really?
So he looks more like a regular Terminator
What the hell?
than how he ever does in this movie, because he never wears that leather jacket in the movie, but he does wear it in real life and in the interviews and stuff, like for the leading up to the movie and during
Huh.
production and shit like that.
So our cops are armed here with
Dude, they have a
H&K
shit ton of firepower.
But yeah, I just thought it was funny that he
All right.
he wears the leather jacket and he looks like Terminator,
All right. So
but not in the movie.
assorted H&P meant to be MP5s,
Just like
Red
Offset by himself.
92s,
He's like,
and Remington 5 and Remington 870 and Ithaca 37 shotguns.
Oh, Ithaca.
Yeah. So Remington and Ithaca shotguns, H&K submachine guns, and our friend the Beretta 92 sidearms.
Dude, I need to pick up like a all chromed out 12 gauge. That'd be fine.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Shiny death. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right in the vault. Easy money. Oh,
Does
we
he
get
say it
there.
again?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he says easy money again. Oh,
He's a kid in the 90s. He's got to be extreme.
I know. That was extreme. So yeah, at this point, John Connor realizes there's like he's completely surrounded. Helicopter, squad cars, basically SWAT team. And by the way, the SWAT team used here was actually a real live SWAT team
Right.
that they were able to contract and use for the film.
All right. Anyway, that polychloric ethanol they used as highly flammable is actually made up. So it's not an actual explosive. Although it does share the name of the hallucinogenic drug used in Outland.
What?
Weird.
Yeah.
Why would they make it up?
Well, they just use it as a reference to the other movie. Just because they don't want people showing how to make real explosions on screen.
Oh, they mean the fake name was a reference,
Right.
not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What movie?
Outland, Sean Connery, 1981. He's a detective out in the...
Dude, Sean
81?
Connery.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean Connery.
I
went
know
through-
him from the movie Dragons or whatever, where he's like a pet dragon.
He went through a
Dragonheart?
really interesting phase in his career. He
Isn't that?
spent,
You guys know what I'm talking about?
he spent most of the
with
80s
McQuaid
trying
or
not to
something?
be James Bond.
He went
So
from being James Bond to being a dragon.
So he just tried to do the most out there shit he could find because he did not want to be typecast as Bond all the time.
Right?
Goddamn minigun, and then he turns away.
Yeah.
It looks like he just shot the shit out of somebody, but it was just seed, I guess.
So
Yeah.
the sound effects coordinator guy had to really dig into this scene. He had to basically reduce any type of ricocheting sound, but also make it appear that the Terminator was precise with every single shot, in that
Right.
he was not hitting anybody, but he was being exact with that. I mean, that was
Right.
his whole point. He did not want to hit anybody, and he also didn't want any ricochets. So
So every single shot had to be a solid hit.
right,
No soft thumps and no bounces.
right.
Yeah. Real tough, actually.
So that the sound guy had a field day trying to work that out.
And bust out the grenade launcher,
Mm-hmm.
which is looks like a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. You notice he does wait for them to clear the car before he blows it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like evident he's not trying to do any
He's not trying too
harm.
hard. Human casualties 0.0.
Terrible. Terrible. All right,
And
so
then-
now they're returning fire, and he gets hit a little bit. He gets tagged up a little bit here, but not so
But
much. So
Doing jack shit.
yeah,
Is this him learning how not to be a killer?
Apparently,
I guess.
Had to shoot around the target.
Yeah. It's like war zone out here.
Oh, he doesn't say it yet. The chopper guy is like, we got a war zone out here, but he doesn't say that's after the. I think that's after the T-1000 rolls
That's
out.
when
and
That's when the whole thing explodes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty sweet
now,
vault they got in here.
yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like a thump it ready.
Just thunk.
John Connor is just destroying his life's work, smashing it onto the floor.
Well, they've actually already done that. Although they do not address the issue of like offsite backups. You would assume there'd be maybe an offsite backup somewhere of some of the critical research.
Yeah, well, did they have offsite
Yeah.
back in 91?
Yeah. It might have been backed up on tape, but it was there.
Huh.
Or not even tape. What were they using in 91? Zip disks?
I don't know.
Floppies?
Floppies?
Floppies.
Yeah. Floppies or zips or just
Floppies or zip disk,
magnetic
yeah.
tape drives, actually.
No, zip disk, I think.
Yeah, never underestimate the bandwidth of a station wagon full of
The megabits, yo.
gas ones.
Dude, Dyson's just here. La, 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 la.
Right.
And he's like about to get
just
shot like 9 times.
Look at the detonator here and
Right.
Just look at the doohickey over here. Mm-hmm.
get ready to blow up my life's work and then
They
oh,
get
shit.
shot.
I like how he's like, what? And she's like immediately like, down.
Yeah. Well, she's prepared for this. He's not.
I know, but I mean,
So,
just it's the character, like
yeah.
how they immediately react to whatever's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
He's been a civilian most
it's going to
of
be
his life.
somebody. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
I mean, let
Okay,
him know.
so
He
Dyson's
definitely
all
got shot
kinds
up
of
a
banged
couple
up.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was excessive force.
Cop
She's
shot a
like-
black man? I am
So
shocked.
she's like basically
Shocked, I tell you.
And dude, all the cops are Caucasian here.
she's Xavier communicating. She's like, "You'll blow it up, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll blow it up."
Yeah.
What?
Notice the way she fires,
That's
too.
what they just said to each other with their eyes
With their eyes.
She deliberately fires into the air to get them to duck,
or their head.
but also
nods.
is not actually going to hit anything.
Yeah, she don't want to shoot nobody.
Yeah. So she's clearly reformed her ways.
Except she shot Miles Dyson, that bee.
Yeah, but not all
Then-
the way.
Not all the way. Only attempted assassination. Shot him in the shoulder.
Just the tip.
She killed them
just-
as much as the Terminator
just a
killed
tip.
people in this movie.
Anyway.
Just a little
But
bit.
the point being, she's like clearly changed her mind now.
Dude, we got RoboCop, aka Terminator, just
yeah,
smashed
look,
through the
my
wall.
favorite twirl here.
Universal Soldier.
A tango. I know she does. a
She's
little
like,
twirl.
she's like, "Am I done twirling? Oh, okay, run."
That was kind of funny.
So is anyone been keeping track of how many grenade rounds he's fired off?
He's got 'em on his
lost
belt.
Track.
Yeah.
But he
It's-
is wasting them. Like,
it's gotta
come
be
on,
at
bro,
least 3
you're
or
fighting a
4.
T-1000 and you have not shot one at him yet.
Well, you can't kill, even including the T-1000.
You would shoot him with the grenade launcher. Let's assume why he picked it up.
Check this out. I didn't
Or
realize
assume that's
that
why he picked it up.
Miles Dyson is holding his life's creation in the palm
Oh,
of
yeah.
his hand.
Mock
It's part of the
up
extended
controlling
edition.
his own life.
Shh, extended
Right.
edition.
No,
It's a mock up from the cells.
Yeah, for the
it's
split
right there.
second
Look,
that they showed
he's
earlier.
holding part of the block that he's been working on over
I know.
the detonator.
Well, they go into that more in the extended one,
Right.
and now the SWAT team is like, okay, fall back.
where you would
And
know what that was. But in this one, it's like more of like. a
I could
background.
barely tell. In
Yeah.
fact, I didn't even notice until I just watched the director's cut, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
So I was saying,
Right. And now he gets to look
Dude,
forward.
he looks, I don't know, looks like not in good shape, man.
like he's about to die.
Not yet. Okay, now see,
Nice.
and the whole building explodes.
Yeah.
And yep. So for this scene, while they were doing this explosion, they had to line it. They had to line like each little window with like separate stacks of C4, whatever explosive they had, and they had it all, of course, simultaneously
Right.
detonated. Like they had to detonate it. They had it ready, right? And the
They-
cops had to block off the highway so people wouldn't crash
Yeah.
because you could see this from the highway, like
Right.
literally. So they had to block it off during this filming.
So they blew out an entire second floor using hundreds of gallons of gasoline.
Yeah, along
and
mixed with
55-gallon drums.
Yeah.
Back to Sam.
A la Die Hard. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. All right, so
They're clearly having a gas over here.
oh jeez. Okay, so
Yeah.
now he says
He said the thing. He said the thing in that movie.
he said the movie, he said the line, he said the thing. Now I don't know why he eats so many gunshots in this damn scene where
They
he
don't
just
affect
like
him. That's why.
yeah, but he's still
I can't
like
wait for I'll Be Back Part 6.
what? Didn't he's still I don't know.
Oh yeah, so this right here is actually a giant life size. That right there, you can kind of see it nowadays.
I thought it was him.
No, they did. He did sit through hours and hours of to create some of these shots. He did sit in the makeup chair for hours and hours where they created his half face all shut up like this part right here.
Wait, so is this still like a robot
And
where he's
this
shooting?
is him. But when he was getting shot and walking down the corridor where it didn't really show his lower half, that was a life size like a bust of him. Like they actually did shoot.
Now, see, it's important. He does toss away this pistol, but he has it again later. And that isn't that grenade
What, the
launcher.
gun?
He has? Yeah. That is, what is that? MM1 grenade launcher, I believe. Yeah.
This is cool. T1000 rolling up the steps with his
this
bike.
guy's like, I guess I can't go in through the front, so I'll just drive my motorcycle up the
Right.
back door. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty good. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta imagine that hurts. Anyway, the way this weapon works is actually pretty interesting. You have to manually wind it up as you're loading it to get it to rotate like that. Because it's so big and clunky.
Skipping steps?
No.
To
When
load
you
it?
when you reload it, you take the back off and you wind it and load the round.
He's
Wind
like,
it,
yeah,
load the
hold
round.
this.
There's actually like a clockwork mechanism in there.
Mm.
Dude, adaptive learning. He found the keys right above the visor.
Oh,
Which who
no
does
problemo.
that? Oh, so get this. So get it how in the second one
They're all limping away.
Yeah.
in this
so
It's
bad.
silly.
right in this scene when he says I'll be back, he breaks through the front of this entrance to pick up Sarah and John Connor. Similar to how in the first one where he says I'll be back, he breaks through and drives to the police station.
With the
Oh,
truck,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this movie does cover a lot of the same beats. as the
Similar to
first
in
one.
Genesis when he says I'll be back, he breaks through the helicopter.
Yeah, but no one cares about Genesis.
Yeah. And I like how like, one of the cops is at least shooting at him. Yeah,
You
there
can
they
hear
go.
one guy.
Yeah,
Pew,
a
pew,
couple
pew,
of them are
pew,
shooting him.
pew. Okay, now T1000 sees that he's on the move and he's trying to time it so his bike.
He's like, shit, they're getting away. I could really use a helicopter right about now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly what he does.
It's a good thing I took my motorcycle up the stairs.
Yeah.
This is so cool, man. This scene where he clings onto this chopper.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper. He breaks through.
Shit.
He forms himself into like this little liquid thing and breaks through.
That's his form.
And the infamous line,
Dude, I would have.
"Get out."
I don't know what would you guys do if you saw this? If you were like in a chopper, would you
I
jump
would-
out?
I'd
I would
jump
get
out.
out.
Really?
Yeah.
But what if you?
Maybe.
Look how high that is.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'd be like, put it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you just drop down about
He
10
was
feet?
pretty low. I mean,
Yeah, he was kind of low,
He
but
was pretty low.
Yeah.
I guess I'd jump out too.
5 stories out, you got a couple broken legs instead of being dead.
Yeah, it's always better.
Also, didn't they use Get Out in the first movie as well?
Yes, in where Terminator goes and takes over the big truck, he tells the truck's seatmate guy to get out, and that dude jumps the hell out. Like he doesn't even
Right.
think twice.
Oh, the truck driver.
Yeah, the truck. Yeah.
So what's holding these vests up there? How's she getting? They're just like kind of stuffed in the window.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Usually those types of vests have some
That's
weight
her
on them.
tactical know-how.
Apparently.
Tactical. What? They come with glue. They come with a sticky adhesive when you
She
need
knows
when the
what's-
T1000's
She
chasing
knows
you.
what's up.
She knows.
Isn't there Velcro on them to strap it onto yourself somehow?
No, not to yourself. To strap it around your hip.
What? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, but it's like a little piece. It's not like
She could
She could
Velcro
Jimmy
it
rig
to
it?
the metal door.
This great scene, one of the neat little set pieces of this movie. Helicopter chasing the van down the highway.
Look, she gets to use her machine gun finally.
Yeah.
finally.
No, yeah. Well, second time. The first time she used it just spraying at Dyson.
On a T1000, I mean.
Yeah.
Which is, I would assume, why she collected all these goddamn guns in the first place.
Right.
Just in
Dude,
case
this-
the Terminator shows up
This
again.
chopper actually flies underneath that bridge in this scene. This is not any CGI, nothing like that. This is like a
You
real
notice
life.
he's got 3 hands there.
He's got 4, I think.
At least 3 while he's reloading and
Yeah,
steering and firing.
Now,
He's got extra hands.
we asked, or he was asked during an interview, and he said that was one of the T1000's tricks.
Yeah. Right.
So it wasn't a goof with
Right.
someone's flying the the chopper and he's shooting. No, that was like the T-1000 making multiple arms,
Right.
so he could do both at the same time.
What else would it be?
Well, people thought it was a goof. They thought, hey, we saw your stunt guy.
No.
We saw his arms.
Oh no,
The
come
liquid
on.
metal guy has more than 2 arms? I am shocked.
Yeah,
How
Anyway,
dare they?
And there she takes the hit. Right in the leg.
she got shot so hard.
Yeah. Boom.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so a helicopter just smashes back into the rear end of this SWAT car or SWAT truck. But it also blows a tire.
Yeah.
It seems like he wanted to spin it. He wanted to turn it over.
He's like, wee!
He's like, oh,
You
turn
see
it
all
real hard
all
right
the
now.
bullet holes in the top where he's been shooting at her. Neat little detail there.
Dude,
And
you would think it'd be armored from the top, too.
Where's this guy going with liquid nitrogen at this time of night?
Dude, Bull L. Bull gardening.
Right. Shit.
Bolago?
Dude, look at this old geezer. Hello?
Damn
Okay.
Cryoco.
Cryoco. You know, I mean, sometimes you just got to have liquid nitrogen somewhere overnight.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
Little
Kinda-
does the T-1000 know that this liquid nitrogen will work against him.
Yeah, he's not
He
really
better
paying
take
attention.
it with him.
Staying on mission.
Yeah, grab the shotgun.
Dude, grab anything. Grab anything you can think of to fight the
Shotgun.
T-1000.
One of the Remington 870s, I believe. She pulls out of the SWAT van there.
Okay, so we got T-1000 hot on the trail. He stole the liquid nitrogen truck after stabbing the dude, the driver.
Right.
And now Terminator and Sarah Connor, John Connor are on the move. Well,
And
they're
so-
making their way to be on the move.
Like the first movie, we got a truck chase into a factory.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always leads back to machinery.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
It's a big theme.
It's a bit of a theme among
It's a
this
big-
Terminator
It's a
franchise.
big theme in
Yeah.
this Terminator movie.
Machineries and
These
stuff.
Machines and man.
Anyway,
And stuff.
full speed ahead.
And in interviews and stuff, James Cameron was talking about how he was surprised and excited about how willing the audience was to accept these high, like, out there concepts that he was throwing at people. Time travel and robots and cyborgs and
Yeah.
I mean, if you
all
bought
this stuff.
Star Wars back in 77, of course you're going to buy
Yeah.
Terminator in
Well,
80s and 90s.
Yeah,
You know, if the rules are just at least mostly
presented
consistent.
well.
Yeah, it's like, well presented.
You
I
can
mean,
grasp them
Yeah.
interesting
in a
to watch.
logical manner. Yeah,
And like I said, mostly self-consistent. Then you'll buy it.
yeah.
It's when you get into like weird shit.
But
like,
it's just fun hearing him talk about how he was like happy that
yeah,
he thought it was gonna maybe go over a little people's heads or something like that. But
Oh, yeah.
everybody's so willing and for
Testament
like
to his-
worldwide phenomenon too, like pop culture, like immediately,
Yeah.
like
Well, testament to his
Just these
skills as a director,
characters.
he actually managed to get his point across.
yeah,
So
in
he
both
actually,
movies.
yeah. So yeah, it's what happens when you actually try. You can,
Dude, I don't know how that grenade.
Or when
was
you just
like-
have a good story to tell
yeah.
and you're able to tell it.
Or you can remake Dances with the Wolves and make all the money.
Is Dances with Wolves the remake of Terminator 2?
No, Avatar's a remake of Dances with the Wolves.
Oh.
What?
Oh, Avatar, yeah, James
Yeah.
Cameron, yeah. I didn't really like Avatar that much. He kind of lost me after Titanic.
Right. Thunk.
Dude,
That's
Lost
the
his
one he
shell
needed.
there.
he just lost the shell.
Yeah.
Okay, now John Connor almost kills himself and his mom by driving straight
Right.
into this piece of machinery, like
And
this
so apparently
forklift thing. It's
That
like,
stunt is also probably wouldn't be done today either. It's actually done with the stunt guy jumping between two trucks.
while they're moving.
Yeah, while they're actually driving.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'd all be CGI and wires now, but yeah.
My
Back then it
favorite
was just
shots in the movie.
a guy.
Dude, here
Quit
comes the
throwing your weapons
cheesiest
away.
scene where Terminator is riding
He
the
knows how
top.
useless they are.
Look. Terminator's riding at the
Yeah.
top of this, and when he rolls over,
Yeah.
it looks like Skip from South Park or something. Hold on.
Also, rolls a lot better than he did in Genesis, which was like really bad.
Here we go. He's about to roll from South Park. Give it like 3 seconds. And John Connor almost kills both of them.
Go
Yeah.
straight into the fucking thing.
Into the forklift.
Here we
there,
go. Whee!
yeah. Roll.
His little
See that?
tumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looked horrible, but still pretty cool for the time.
Nice.
Okay, now, so liquid nitrogen we know. You know what else they didn't reference?
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Beep, beep. They did not reference, well, I guess they didn't know at the time that acid also melts the T-1000.
Industrial accident.
Oh, that's the later movie.
Yeah.
No, don't talk about it.
I didn't mention the name of Genesis. I'm just referencing it. Get it?
Well,
Yeah.
acid melts metal. That's pretty common.
Yeah, it's pretty well established.
Dude, I didn't know that.
What?
Mm.
Where you been?
Dude, I was born in the mountains of Colombia, I told you.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't study physics
That's
or
where
any
you've been.
chemistry. Back in my heyday.
Yeah, I suppose so, but you then feel like you'd be familiar with just the basics of.
Dude, Colombia, South America.
Don't you think a xenomorph could melt a T-1000?
Could help him?
Melt.
Melt him?
Yeah.
I think it
With
could
the
eat
acid.
him.
Nah, it might melt. It depends on how much xenomorph blood you got on him.
Well, it took off
Doesn't it-
David's arm. It fried David's arm pretty
Anyway.
quickly. Was it David or Walter?
Oh, wait, I'm thinking
So-
of something else.
T-1000 stuck in the. liquid
They don't
nitrogen
spit
here.
acid, do they?
I think they do.
You say
I
This-
think that's like one of like the made up like.
That was
different
in one of
version
the
ones or
Predator,
something.
the Aliens vs. Predator
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
you could say they stopped him cold.
Mm.
Where's that? But come on.
Cold in his tracks. Dead in
Where
his
is it?
tracks.
I didn't hear it.
You mean
See,
dead
look,
in
he
it?
picked up the gun again, which he tossed away initially.
Baby.
Wait, it did. How did he do that?
Nah, they probably got multiple hanging around.
Supposedly, but they just.
Didn't you
just
see the arsenal they're working with?
Okay, they
Yeah.
just shot. They just shot the T-1000, and at this point, you know what I wanted to do?
I know now why you cried, but it's something I could never do.
Yes,
Also,
I was
what
sad.
they
That
should
the
be
T-1000
doing is Arnold give Hamilton their piggyback ride and start running the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
stop sticking around.
You only took a little tumble. What kind of metal are you?
A tumble off a moving thing into like a lava pit,
Yeah.
or close to a lava pit.
Steel mill. And
Dude, the slowest reload.
he's deliberate about it.
It was for effect.
Yeah. So apparently they did this with chunks of mercury.
Yeah.
What? No, the T-1000 is real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's chunk. Yeah,
This is
probably.
mercury.
Dude, this is Venom.
What?
We are
Are we going to review that movie at some point?
Venom. No.
Which one?
Tom Hardy as Venom?
Nope.
No, yeah, maybe not. He's for the best.
All right. T-1000 is just remorphing himself now into
They
the
watched him
T-1000.
long enough.
I know, they were just sitting there for a little bit. I'm like, dude, you should either like tackle him, throw him in the lava, or
They're
do
double
something.
checking. They're like, and he's forming.
Like,
Yeah.
we think he's going to come back to kill us. Yeah, he is. Okay, run.
Or if there was a time to attack, it'd be now.
Yep.
Yeah, get that shot. Shoot him right now.
I need
What are you
that
waiting
shell.
for? Ah.
Ah,
Uh,
what's your plan of attack? Ah.
my plan of attack? I have a plan. Attack.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, I don't know why they're running. Well, I guess they have to run into the steel mill since he's blocking the exit.
Dude, the T-1000 has some lint on the on his jacket there, on his police little shirt.
Really?
I think I saw one.
Can't tell. Apparently, in the extended edition, you can see his mimetic skills starting to fail him here, but
Right,
Don't
and it
really-
was because of the liquid nitrogen and the heat.
right.
Like any extreme temperature will mess him up.
We don't really see it here,
I think his hand does get caught here on this handrail.
but not a theatrical.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, So in the other movie, in the extended version,
Right. And the alternate timeline.
right?
Yeah,
puts
alternate
his-
timeline.
He puts his hand over the handrail, and his hand actually turns to the same color and design as the handrail.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Need a little extra. Meanwhile, back in this movie, as far as you can tell, his effects are intact.
John, you got to go now.
Go now.
All right, someone's got to do the voice effects for Little John Connor.
Hmm?
Yeah. So it's got the
I
grenade launcher.
order you not to go.
I order you not to go.
The 45
must go
grenade
now.
launcher.
Sorry, John. That's what he says. He literally says, "Sorry, I
Yeah.
gotta go."
Sorry.
That's how he says it.
I know.
Another awesome Terminator
Sorry.
fight here.
I must die now.
Just, I don't know.
I like this fight scene.
Yeah, something that warms my heart about two giant robots just fighting each other.
Yeah, and the cool thing is,
Hunks of metal
you
Throwing
remember
hunks of metal
how
around in a
powerful Terminator was in the first one,
metal
but how
factory.
powerless he is against an advanced technology.
Right. Even he can't believe it.
Yeah.
He's an out.
So much so that he
model.
gets his hand trapped in this big like gear,
Right.
and there goes his arm. Yep, crunched.
He's been
Bye bye.
disarmed.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Javier. Yes, JVR. He's been disarmed.
All right. I have to give it a rest on the rim shots there.
No, I like them.
Hmm.
Okay, and
that's
now
the first hint you see in the theatrical version that his imitation is not perfect anymore because he starts to flicker.
yeah, he's basically flickering from all the crap that he's gone through. And I don't even think it's any of the gunshots. I think it's just straight extreme temps.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Between the freezing and then reforming,
Yeah.
melting and reforming again.
Mhm.
Yeah, this heat can't be good for circuitry.
Dude, that heat alone. I mean, they're not even close to those lava pits, but yeah,
Molten steel.
it's
yeah.
gotta be extremely uncomfortable to be walking through there trying to get away from a T-1000.
Yeah. And nope. Back off. It's right after them. He is implacable. He is a convincing Terminator just because he's always there and he's always coming after them.
During some of the fighting scenes, earlier scenes, I think James Cameron had to just gently remind Robert Patrick, like, hey, you make sure to like just not use to use very little facial emotion, any kind of like human kind of recognition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had to use it sparingly. He had to use it to trick John Connor's foster parents to get information
Right.
from them, right?
Yeah.
But he had to remind him that when Arnold is tossing him through walls to not wince, which I think is kind of hard.
Yeah.
And some of the interviews Cameron was talking about, like how they casted him, and one of the reasons why
Lead shot.
he thought he was good for the part was what he looked like a cat. 'Cause that's what he said.
What?
He said he looked like a
Insulting
cat.
him?
No, that's what literally his words. He said he looked like a cat. Like his sternness and like his facial expression is just like
Yeah.
how cats are like you can be doing whatever and they're so like like they don't care. They're so like in their own thing,
Right.
doing whatever.
Yeah. Cats are assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it.
Dude, you're not a cat person, Javier?
They're just moody.
I didn't say that.
Dude, speaking of cats and assholes, in the first
What?
one, the janitor asked Arnold if he had a dead cat in there. He goes, hey, buddy, you got a dead cat in there? And then Arnold goes,
Fuck you, asshole.
remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Call to John now.
Yeah.
So now T-1000 is threatening Sarah Connor's life with basically an ultimatum.
Right.
Call your son or you're dead. Terminator just stepped in and like spaghetti stabbed his guts with this metal rod, which T-1000 just, yanks out like nothing, like whatever.
And then starts beating him.
And then starts beating him with his own rod. Yeah.
It's like Kyle Reese wish he could have done in the first movie.
Right. Oh yeah, true.
So
Kyle
just-
Reese hit him in the head, but it didn't really phase him.
Right. Meanwhile, this guy's hitting him hard,
Yeah.
and is about to stab him. First, he's got to.
Dude, they're crying. There's a picture of T-800 and
This
John
is
Connor
the,
kissing.
like how you have this like on your wall.
Yeah.
One at that side.
Yeah. Let me get a blown up picture of him
just that.
crying.
Right.
All right, T-1000 is smashing T-800's face in
Right.
with this pulley, some type of huge monster pulley thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a giant steel.
What's a beam? That's actually meant to
Beam,
hold
yeah.
the giant tubs of molten steel and like drag them around. But
And it's also meant to smash T-800's face, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks at this
and
point.
now
I
he's
was like,
actually
oh, man.
it's actually really sad. He's just kind of crawling around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Terminator crawl. It's Arnold crawling. No one wants to see this ever, right?
unless it's the first movie.
Not even.
But even then, he like had the skin ripped off. So he was at that point he was just a machine.
Yeah, so it is a sad point in the movie here where he's using every little ounce of metal energy that he has to go after his his little rocket launcher or whatever it is, grenade
Oh
launcher.
yeah, the funny part
T-800 or
When all-
T-1000 just stabs him through.
when Arnold had to sit through all the makeup effects and everything, he was joking that he's like, I need my foot massager, my oatmeal, and my Austrian Christmas music.
What?
This is what he
What?
requested
Right.
During the
before-
makeup session.
before he got in the seat to sit in there for hours while they applied all the makeup to his face and stuff
Wow.
like that.
Really?
I mean,
Well,
it's in a.
What
like,
else would
the-
you do if you're a millionaire? Why
It's
not?
in the
Shit.
behind the
Yeah.
scenes
I'd
like
do it.
video.
Yeah.
It shows it's pretty funny.
So she dropped the shotgun earlier.
But that's what
now
he
she's
says.
slowed up. She's
That's
got
what he says.
1,
he needs
2,
it.
3, 4, 5,
he
6
needed.
there. 6 shots in there.
Not sure, but I do like her little ammo holder on the
Oh,
top.
on top?
Yeah. That's for tactical operators operating tactically. And
Yes.
meanwhile, Connor here's hiding, and Arnie's got a second wind here. That's great. See, this is why I didn't like T3 because, like, puncture the power supply, blows up. In this movie, it's like, find alternate power.
Well, who's to say he punctured the right power supply?
Well, if he had punctured the power supply, the movie would be over and they'd all be dead because there'd been a big explosion and molten steel everywhere. Which part of the
Which
True.
means
reason,
he
like,
didn't.
That's true.
Which is why he's currently still alive.
No, then
Right.
why did he have to go for an alternate power supply?
Yeah.
In his little scan, his little brain scan, it just said that he had to reroute for an alternate power supply or
Yeah.
alternate power reroute or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't watch this movie when they wrote the third one.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like, "Hey guys, let's just make some girl blow up."
Yeah, because it'll look cool.
Yeah.
Except it completely breaks the continuity
Yeah,
of the
just
first
put
two movies.
a little tube in their chest. That makes it legit.
Yeah.
Well, wait, wasn't it supposed to be in him too?
Yeah.
It wasn't him. He tossed it out
Yeah.
while he was driving in the
Oh
desert.
yeah, that was stupid. Yeah.
Which also means that in the first movie,
If it was in her, it'd make more sense because she's a newer
Right.
future
but
model,
it's also
but
in
for
him.
him, yeah,
he
it's
threw it
dumb.
out.
right, and also because if she crushed him in the machine press in the first one,
That
she
would have been a
died.
whole other thing. Yeah.
Sarah Connor would have been dead too.
Yeah,
Two movies bad.
yeah. So that's why T3 sucked.
That
That's
and
not only
Oh,
one.
not the
and-
only reason.
talk to the
One of
hand.
many reasons.
Talk to the hand.
Nice.
What else?
So apparently you actually can do this, but it is actually very rough on the gun itself. It's possible.
Single-handedly
Yeah.
rack it.
Yeah, it's actually really doable, but really
Well,
difficult.
Why would you want to do that to your shoddy, man?
Oops, add ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
When you got to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and now he's looking at her and he's about to wave his finger like
Also, apparently she lets you do it because she'd been spent so much time working out. She let to show off.
Yeah.
yeah, but don't hurt
no
the
more show off
prop.
for you.
Come on.
Yeah.
No what?
No more show off.
Yeah. And then
Enter slow-mo frame Terminator.
Calvary rides again. It's like the second or third time he comes in to save them.
Ba-na-na. Na-na-na.
Yeah.
All right. So then,
Terminator.
I know they got like the
Save you.
opera for this for
Ba-da-ba.
whatever version I got in this Blu-ray. They got like the opera edition like song.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ma.
Okay, T-1000 just fell into a lava pit. And I don't know why he decides to mimic baby and lion noises, but
What?
yeah, you
For
hear the
effect.
baby noises. You hear him making like baby, even alien. It sounds like alien noises, like literally from Aliens.
He's also going through all his past forms.
Yeah, but they never made those noises.
It's just programming's going haywire. It's just showing off how,
He's dying.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a baby giraffe.
His program's crashing right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So he never does. Yeah, they never do show him like
Show him what?
make a spear out of his arm and then take it off and then throw it at somebody.
That's
or something.
in Genesis.
That's in the other one. Yeah.
I like how he was like, okay, I'm dying. Let me just make one last attempt to make a face in lava.
Yep.
T-1000 just got burned.
You mean melted.
And then his chip is supposed to be in there
You
too.
are
So then that would
melted.
explode. That would have exploded.
Right, the T-1000's chip would have caused a nuclear
Yeah.
reaction too, but I guess not.
T3
Not
sucks.
chip.
Well,
Fuel
again,
cell.
this one made sense. The T3 did not
Yeah.
make sense with regard to the nuclear tube or whatever in their chest.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fuel cell battery, whatever
Yeah.
the hell they were.
I need a vacation.
Apparently that was ad-libbed in.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait, Arnold put that in there?
apparently.
That's his.
Why? His
That's
infamous
him.
one-liners?
That was him become fully adapted to human.
Yeah, it's him
Uh,
learning to be human.
You learn to be human.
Dude, that's his one-liner.
No, Arnold, not T2.
Dominated.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Dominated.
So those pieces of T1000 floating around on the top there. I think.
Hey,
so.
could those little pieces form little T1000s? Like the Army of Darkness?
I don't think so, because
Like
whatever
nanomachines?
Yeah.
Like Bender in that one episode?
whatever is guiding them is gone
Futurama.
and melted.
I guess he needs like a core system to operate off of, right?
Right.
No, keep that. Sell it for money. What are you doing?
Dude, sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't throw the chip.
That's the franchise. No.
John Connor, you alleged you alleged wife beater. Why did you do that?
Not quite. Not quite over.
Dude, now just John Connor needs to jump in
Nothing's
there. and the
ever
movie will
over.
be fun. No. Nothing
the
is over.
Nothing is over.
That's from Rambo.
yeah.
That's the other muscly guy.
Rocky
blood.
and Rambo.
Oh, yes.
They're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, okay.
She's like, all right.
Yeah,
well.
she's
She got no
with it.
problem.
She's like, yeah, T1000 is dead. I guess we'll kill you.
You
T1000.
are his best baby daddy, but
Yeah.
Dude, she even liked him. She wanted to date him. Remember, she was like, in a crazy world.
yeah, he's the best dad that he ever had for like 2 days.
In real life and 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much it's weird. This movie does take place over the course of what, 48 hours?
Sorry.
Yeah.
More or less.
Listen. Sorry. Hold on.
Can't.
I have to go away.
Or do
Hold
you
on, hold
stay? Or whatever he says.
I
Listen,
must go away,
listen.
John.
Come on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh yeah, where was that quote on your thing?
Damn it. I have to
Sorry.
I already have to. Dude, just throw John Connor's little bitch ass into the lava too. You'll be fine.
No.
No, you need him for some maybe.
Where's your quote,
resistance.
John?
Oh God, he's touching his cheek with his burnt off fingertip.
Yeah.
And you know what he's saying? He is saying,
I know now why you cry, but it's something I could never do.
Yeah. Yep.
You can keep learning. Yeah, I believe in you, T2.
dude, she's gonna
Or
shake his
T1000.
grimy hand too.
Yeah.
The handshake. From robot to human and human to robot.
She should have slapped his ass on the way down. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, asshole, this is for your earlier cousin that made me crazy.
Adios.
I can't self-destruct.
So you do it.
Come on, push the button, Sarah.
So you know what this means?
Sarah Wussy.
What?
That she's 2 for 2 on T800s.
Oh, yeah, she takes them all out.
Well, and she's also got T1000 now under her belt because she
No, that
helped.
was
No,
Army.
he did that.
Oh yeah, I guess
that
you're
was-
right.
If she had one more shotgun shell, she would have.
If she had one more shotgun,
Right.
yeah.
But she didn't.
Or
more
if
shell,
she would
yeah.
have been like cool and threw the shotgun at him.
Dude, yeah, that, would you have just like completely?
I would have
blitzed him?
dove in almost maybe.
But you
dove
would've-
in after him.
Yeah, but
or, like,
you would have
pushed him
flown
in.
into the lava too.
I would at least try to push him in.
He would fling you into the lava.
Yeah, I would try them.
Yeah.
Throw the shotgun and then push.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so now Arnie's being dipped into the lava. He's burning on fire right now.
Right.
And it's so funny that he puts a thumbs up.
He's learning.
Wait,
Yeah.
but does John Connor ever show him how to do thumbs up?
He learns at some point.
He's adapting.
Adapting to what? How to be a douche?
He says it.
What?
Remember?
What?
Chill out, dickwad.
No,
he already
no,
combined
thumbs
it.
up, thumbs up.
All
Look,
he needs to know is
who showed him thumbs up right now while he's on fire? Why is he putting thumbs up?
Someone showed him.
Don't worry.
And he's still alive.
For a
Okay,
second.
and now it's like his little computer grid shuts off.
Right.
Bum, 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 bum.
No. First you gotta do the.
Then you go into the bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so yeah, she's 2 for 2 on T800s.
Da-na-na.
Also, see, this
The,
also kind of preempts further sequels. She's like, oh,
Dude,
I
she's
don't know
driving
what's
drunk. Look at her, she's all over the goddamn road.
I would be.
she doesn't know what's
You
going to
can't
happen
drive
now.
drunk, you
She's
psycho.
saying
No,
what's
I
gonna
mean
happen.
like her freedom driving.
Fuck that. You can't drive drunk even if you're
She's
sober.
in the middle of the lanes, not
Go
swerving.
with them. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it does kind of end abruptly a little bit.
Well, apparently in the extra special edition, there's a scene.
Oh,
for
there's a
her.
whole epilogue and another thing.
She's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
future.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's
Someone
not the
sing.
theatrical.
We got the credits rolling. Someone sing the song.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
You guys sound just like it.
Well, I mean,
It's a whole
I'm singing
orchestra.
along with it.
All right, the credits are rolling.
Da-na-na.
Dr. Silberman with the B is Earl Bowen.
Yeah.
Todd was Xander Berkeley. Who else? I think that's it, right? Lewis is the 2000.
It kind of fades away. The bum buzz kind of fade.
Really? Wow.
Let's see.
Not surprising.
Well, yeah, fun fact about the marketing of this movie is when they were making it, or after people found out there was a sequel being made in the trailers and everything, they marketed it as Arnold actually being the Terminator, as a bad guy returning as a villain.
What?
And then later on, like throughout, like you know how they release trailers, like multiple different versions.
Yeah.
And then the later ones, they showed that there's two Terminators, and then later on they're like, oh, one's good, one's bad, and then eventually, people were figuring out, they're like, oh, maybe he's the good one. Like when they thought he's the Terminator, they
instantly thought he's going to be like a killer,
and he was promoted as the bad guy because he's the Terminator. He's the bad guy from the first movie, so you automatically think he's going to be in the bad guy in the second one.
Yeah, reasonable assumption.
Yeah, and then so when the movies come out, it actually was a good surprise for people to figure out that he's actually the good Terminator, and then Robert Patrick's the bad Terminator. So it was like, it's weird to think about it now because it's so old and it's already so much a part of the story and everything like that. But like going back to their like first seeing it, like figuring out like oh wow, it'd be like Sarah Connor when you seen him the first time in the hospital. You're like, oh shit, like what's going on here?
Yeah,
Arnold's Terminator's the good guy, and he can't kill anybody.
Right?
Yeah,
heresy.
So now we got Guns N' Roses playing on in the background. The song from, I believe it's Use Your Illusions 2.
Oh, is it on too?
You Could Be Mine. Yeah, the blue one.
Okay.
The blue one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's even track 12 out of the.
Oh, nice.
On the CD.
Yeah.
If anyone has those anymore.
Love this song.
CDs.
Love the video. It is actually Terminator or Arnold in the video.
It is him. Yeah, he was credited with playing being this.
He's played T2. Yeah, he played T2 in the video.
What was the kid doing? Wah.
Yeah. From this part, the song. Wah.
All right, guys, let's get into a little bit of feedback. So, what would you? Okay, well, how would you rank it among the Terminator franchise? I think we've already talked about this in Genesis, but let's just remind everyone. What would you rank this?
Well, I like. Oh, go ahead.
Like comparing it to the other movies in the series.
It's probably gonna be the best one. It's the most It's got all the benefit of being like the original story of the second one, but also with a better budget. And it's the sequel actually makes sense. And they left enough space in the first one for a sequel, and this one actually follows it up through with like some fairly reasonable extrapolation of what would have happened or what could happen. The only thing they don't answer for me, which really kind of bugs me, is like, when the heck are they sending all these guys back?
What do you mean?
Well, presumably Skynet sent back the first Terminator. When did he send the second one? Because presumably after he sent the first Terminator, they would have been destroyed.
I always thought it was around the same time.
No,
maybe just starts a shotgun approach, just kept sending them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why
that's why I keep getting
for some reason that's why they stopped coming, is because it might have been stupid Genesis, where they say that there's not enough juice left in the time machine to send that many things back.
Right.
So, and it's in the midst of a battle of John Connor actually taking over the facility. What I think it was is like they literally, the Terminator send the first one back, and then that is in the midst of the battle of John Connor taking over the final facility of like how we see.
Did you say the Terminator sent the first one back?
Skynet, right?
Skynet. Sorry, and then which we do actually see in stupid fucking Genesis, where they show the cool mission where they actually go, and then this is like the lead ahead, like the original script of what for T2, like the expanded intro sequence, like I was talking about earlier, and then after Skynet sends the first one back, that's when they do take over the facility, realize what's going on, have enough time to reprogram the other one to send Kyle Reese back at the same time. Well, no, it'd have to be two separate occasions, because then it would be for them to send the original Terminator, and then years later for them to send another advanced model
right
back.
So presumably
So it happened twice? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure. That's like the one thing that's always kind of like, I guess, maybe bugged me about it.
So JVR.
Okay.
So
Okay, wait. So no, they sent it out. They sent him the first movie, Terminator, back first. John Connor figures out that they're sending people back in time. At that point, he's able to get hands of an old school Terminator to reprogram it to where the beginning of the second movie, when they send the more advanced one back,
but didn't
that's
Kyle
when they take
Reese
over the
say that
event.
he smashed their defense grid and they couldn't send anybody back after Kyle Reese and Terminator?
And then it was a
Yeah.
one-way trip, yeah. I guess the presumption would be there's a secondary
they just
facility.
keep going. Yeah.
They discover maybe a secondary facility somewhere else as they're mopping up Skynet. And Skynet continues because they realize, hey, well, I'm still losing this war even after I send this Terminator back. Let me try again.
Yeah. They send one back. They're like, wait, the humans aren't gone. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
All right. So JVR.
Can we just watch November Rain?
Yeah, we're guys. We're
we've
Got
watched
fiddling
all-
around
1.2
with
billion
Just-
views. Holy
Wouldn't-
shit!
Wouldn't say
Wait,
with
that's it?
this though. It's like the credits are surprisingly short for all the
Billion
CGI
views for November Rain.
that they've done.
It's just the same guy watching over and over and over again.
It might be.
So-
Might be a
It's
little
Probably
bit.
on a lot of playlists. Yeah.
The JVR. You ranked this, or you ranked this top among the series.
Right.
What would you rate it from a scale of 1 to 10?
I have to give this a 9. It's a solid 9. There's like maybe a couple of things you can quibble about, but overall, like technically,
The
It's-
second one.
it's
That's how he gets the sound.
So yeah, we're
just
fiddling
amazingly-
around on YouTube right
amazingly
now.
well
I'm gonna pull the
executed.
Guns N' Roses video.
it's like the perfect combination of having a story with a definitive vision, and you can tell the story really well. It's groundbreaking technology. It's actually like a well-made just movie in terms of that.
Yeah, technology
this is
wise,
not the official
for its
music video.
time.
Yeah.
It's the one where he's showing his white pecker.
All right. And
I get it if you
The one with the shorts.
with the
Yeah.
booty shorts.
so I'll have to give it a
We
solid
tune
9
into
out of
YouTube
9.
Axl
watching the
shorts.
Guns N' Roses video that actually is tied to T2.
It was officially tied into the movie.
Marketing
At the
of the
time.
movie, promoting the movie.
Right. Sequence initiated. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, okay, I'm not very coherent at this point.
All right, so now everyone's listening to the music. Okay, so 9 out of 10, and you ranked it top within the franchise. Johnny
Right.
Walker, what would you rank it among other movies?
Yeah, I definitely like this one the best. Love the first one, but this one I think it just holds up a little more than the first one does. Yeah, it's just more enjoyable movie for me to watch. But
As
in terms of the what?
rating on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, I give it a 9.5. It was like, I mean, what else could you ask for in a freaking blockbuster action movie?
Yeah.
Well, for the Terminator to actually be killing people, that would be one thing I would ask for. But besides that, you got a
Like
sweet
Axl in
Guns
the
N'
booty
Roses
shorts.
song to go along with it too.
in the white booty shorts.
But yeah, just Arnold in his prime, just Cameron in his prime, Linda Hamilton in her prime, Edward Furlong in his prime. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that was the best that Edward Furlong
in his acting prime.
ever
No,
did
I'm just
in
kidding.
real life
That's
and
right.
in movie
That's
life.
bad, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I have to agree. It's like everyone is firing on all cylinders for this movie.
Yeah, the effects, Stan Winston, the whole crew, technology, practical effects fusing with digital effects at the time, showing, and it was a staple, like a set piece for directors and filmmakers at the time to realize, oh, you can work the 3D like crazy technology on top of the practical
Right.
effects and have it actually be seamless and
Right.
like not look fucking crazy.
You would have this and then Jurassic Park in 93, and then suddenly everyone's like, oh, CGI everywhere all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And this is
Oh,
91.
right.
And Jurassic Park is 93. So this is like, yeah, definitely way before that. Had probably influential in that whole thing.
Well, the massive
But-
success of both movies.
Yeah. And like, and Willow was right before this, and in the Abyss they were like messing with it, but this really set it off. Yeah, just in terms of filmmaking, it was like, yeah, like a just a cornerstone set piece or whatever.
Right.
But
I think everyone suddenly realized, holy shit, I can do whatever.
yeah, and just Terminator is so cool in general. Just yeah, sweet follow up to the first story, like I was saying earlier. Just like continuing, like unanswered questions of like things he could do. Obviously, there's more story to tell, and it does even. She even says it at the end of the movie. It's like, oh, it leaves doors open to you don't know what the hell's gonna happen next. So
Right.
Okay.
for better or for worse.
So you were yes, for better or for worse. So this is your favorite among the series, and then you'd
Yeah.
also give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I give T2 and T1, then I guess Salvation, then maybe 3, then Salvation. I don't know.
No, for myself, I just be like Terminator 2, then the original Terminator. Everything else is just kind of hanging out at the bottom beneath that.
Yeah, you can just
They're
switch
all
and match
equally
like all the
like,
rest.
blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 1 and 2, just like there's Predator 1 and 2 and Aliens 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's like all those same
Right.
sci-fi franchises had.
Dude, I actually
Couple
like
good
Alien
movies in 'em.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
You might be the only one.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Alright.
So
your
like you could
thoughts?
be mine. Is that like the Terminator like headcanon like target? Is this
Yeah.
what the Terminator sings when he's trying to kill somebody?
I
This
wouldn't
is
be
what he
surprised.
replays constantly in the back of his little program.
yeah.
Right.
Whenever he gets his sights on his target, he sings a song.
You could be mine. They actually have a new trailer. Before I get into my final ratings, they have another trailer for Dark Fate. We should put that on.
All right.
Like a second trailer, not
Oh,
the
a
first
newer-
one.
a newer
yeah,
one?
Your
yeah,
final trailer?
yeah. Put it on so I can
I'm
like
rocking that. Yeah.
so I can talk because I'm getting distracted with Guns N' Roses music.
Yeah.
My head is really banging right now.
It really was
Grab that
like
controller.
Guns N'
Hold on.
Roses top of their form, James Cameron's top of his form. Like all the actors are fucking top of their
Yeah.
form. Digital effects and just everything. It's all just perfect storm of
Yeah. Perfect
music,
storm of awesome happening.
effects, story, people writing it. It was all great.
All right, so for me, John Daniels here. So yeah, this movie is donkey donk, right? It's a must own, probably one of my favorites. Of course, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yeah, it's just amazing. James Cameron directing, and of course you have don't forget about Bill Wisher, his co-writer. But
He's trying to kill Axel in the video.
I would have to. I actually enjoy. I think I mentioned this before in other podcasts, but I like the background and the original story, the source, the origin of where the whole plot came from. So for me personally, I actually, if I had to pick between Terminator and T2, I would pick Terminator. I mean, it's like a hairline tie almost, right? But just for me personally, Terminator goes up as number 1, and then T2. And I'll get into the remaining rating among the remaining movies here in a second, but as far as a rating from 1 to 10, I have to give it, I agree with you, Javier, 9 out of 10. Easy, 9 out of 10. Again, must own, ridiculous, great action. The effects still look great even today, and this is 1991, right?
Right.
We're coming up on 91, 2001, 11. It's going to be 30 years.
Right. Nearly 30 years old.
within 24 months.
Yeah, it's about
30 3 decades, and the movie still has like cool scenes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
It's
yeah,
like,
definitely.
I don't know when everyone forgot how to make movies.
I don't know.
I blame Michael Bay.
Dude, why are you searching Guns N' Roses? What
what do you mean?
Put on the trailer for Dark Fate.
Oh.
Looking for
The second trailer.
The last or official trailer for Terminator Dark Fate.
So yeah, like I said, must
Which
I
own 9
got
out
lost
of
in Guns
10.
N' Roses.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, and then if I had to choose, it'd go first for me. It would go Terminator, then T2, then Salvation, then Genesis, then T3. So
Right.
I know you guys don't really count anything after T1 or T2 or the Terminator
Right.
and then T2, but that's how if I had to rate them, that's how I would align them.
Is
That
this it?
That's
I think
probably
I think that's the one. Yeah,
And they are being retconned out of existence anyway, so they don't matter.
yeah.
Which,
All right,
I don't know. I'm really hoping.
I feel like that's what all the other movies, like, in order to sell the Terminator movie, you gotta be like, oh, the other ones don't matter. Like, Salvation's, like, was trying to continue, and then the other one's like, no. I mean, yeah, Salvation's after 3, and they're like, oh, let's do something else.
So
But-
we are now watching the second trailer
And then
for
Genesis
Dark Fate.
is like, no.
See, I've got my hopes for Dark Fate because I would like to have 3 good Terminator movies as opposed to.
Just have like a good trilogy,
Dude, look
right?
at that.
Oh,
Just
that
one
looks cool.
scene
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
awesome, dude.
Where they're coming out of the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool.
Right. Got the hopes up.
There is
Hype
hope.
train is real.
There is
I don't
hope.
like how there's this like other, like. I mean, it would make
That's a Colombian actress. That's my cousin, the girl in the little girl. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The little Spanish girl.
maybe it would make sense for different characters to take on the responsibility of becoming the one that the Terminators want to take out. But
Right.
in terms of what happens in the future and in John Connor's timeline, maybe it's something else crazy shit that happens.
Well,
But
yeah,
like,
they did they did pretty much slow down Judgment Day. Kind of had to.
yeah, and they say it in the
Right.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's only the second one.
Yeah.
So we got this female Terminator just like owning everyone.
So is she like a cyborg, like not a complete Terminator, but like was actually a person once that became?
I guess she's
what they
like
tried to do
similar.
for Stupid Salvation.
Yeah, remember in Salvation where they had the
Yeah.
dude, the half human, half dude.
She's like
Right.
that. That would make more sense for it to be introduced as a new character, not John
Right.
Connor. Like that's a more interesting,
Anyway,
way more
so-
interesting aspect of it.
So Tim Miller's gonna be directing this, and he did do Deadpool. So there's
I have
Bright
faith.
spot.
I have faith. Yeah,
Eh.
it's a good mix.
I don't know about
I can
faith,
see it kind of being a little more over the top
but I am
than
cautiously
it needs
optimistic.
to be.
This guy's
We got the T whatever. He's kind of doing
Right.
like a porcupine
5,000.
thing.
chain fight.
No, not
What is he?
wow.
10,000?
No. 5,000 was John Connor in Genesis, I think, wasn't it?
Right. I forget.
Let me see what he's credited with.
Wasn't he the TX or something? Or was that?
No.
just
That was a
looking?
Terminatrix, and that was a 3.
Oh.
Yeah, 1 second here.
So. Neato. Seen that before.
Let's call back to the second movie.
Yeah. Grenade.
So now
of course,
Sarah Connor says, "I'll be back."
you got to say it, of course.
If she doesn't come back with like driving in through something, then it doesn't have as much as effect.
You do
All right.
gotta-
So, what'd you guys think of that trailer? That second trailer?
It sold me a little
I think
more
it's better
than
than
the
the
other
first
one.
one. Yeah.
Just some of the imagery that they
Yeah.
were showing me, I was like, it sold me a little bit better on it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't know, man.
Wait, what was I looking for again? for
If I can
Genesis?
give it, if I could,
Oh,
if it could somehow sit on the shelf next to T1, T2, and then I'll like push the other movies aside to put this as T3 next to it.
yeah.
I got like 50, and like even I don't know, 40, 50, or 40, 60 really chances.
I just say it's a sense of cautious optimism here. Like I said, I would really like there to be as many good Terminator movies as there are bad ones. Because right now we've got more bad Terminator movies
This
than good
is
ones.
6, yeah.
So I'd like to see
No,
that
this
ratio.
is 7.
Let's like to see that ratio evened up. What were the
3 Salvation Genesis. So this is
This is number 6.
Hold on. Okay, 1, 2,
Oh, yeah, it
2,
is
3,
6, yeah.
Salvation, Genesis. Yeah, 5. This would be number 6.
Yeah.
Dark Fate will be number 6.
So yeah,
3 good, 3 bad.
yeah, I could live with that.
need 3.
Salvation is
As
not that
opposed to
bad,
6.
guys. I mean, I know it's like
Not that bad. It's still not good.
Just
yeah.
I just hate the ending. I think it's retarded.
Wait.
I do think it's stupid.
No, Johnny Walker. Sorry, Johnny Walker's wasted. I forget the ending.
That's how not
Hold
that
on.
bad it is.
Wait a second. Wait.
Something,
Where they like
something-
take his heart out and
heart
try to
transplant,
replace it
some
with
bullshit or
that
And they
John
give it to
Connor's
who?
not human anymore. He's a Terminator. Or something.
What?
He like becomes a Terminator or something. I don't remember.
What?
yeah, and exactly.
Okay, never mind.
What?
Maybe you guys are right then.
I don't know. It's just silliness.
I guess it.
Not in the good way. Not fun silliness.
Oh, jeez.
Not even serious silliness. Just bad silliness.
What did you do to me?
If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Banana. No, no, no.
You sound just
Dun, dun,
like
dun, dun, dun.
the music when John Connor started crying in Terminator's lap.
Mm.
No, no, why you cry.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys. Okay, so we've seen the movie. Watched Guns N' Roses. You Could Be Mine video.
Watch the new
We've
trailer.
seen the new trailer.
that
Is
at
there
all.
So
any
it's
other
safe
things?
to say we're firmly all aboard the hype train for Dark Fate.
I'll see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm definitely. I'll probably go opening weekend even.
That last trailer
Even opening night, just because it's
Sold me.
Arnold.
10% more on me going to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
theater.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. So,
Mhm.
great movie. I do enjoy when we do the more better movies rather than when we do the crappy movies.
I don't like how James Cameron's not the director.
Yeah.
The only way I could ever really see in it being as the actual part 3 is if he's gonna be like, it's like, oh, I'm attached to it, or I'm the producer or whatever. It's like,
He didn't
no,
have anything.
you gotta
to do
be the
with
writer
this?
and
He didn't have
director
anything to do with it.
in order.
Yeah.
No, he's like their producer
He's
or
too
something.
busy making Dance with Wolves 2 or something.
Yeah,
What?
Pandora's something.
No.
But
Pandora's Box. Very different kind of movie.
yeah, just until then, I won't take anything as an actual literal T3. But
come on.
this is hopefully.
There's been sequels that count. What about George Lucas? Did he do every single Star Wars movie that you liked?
No.
So there's still Star Wars movies, right?
He wrote the story for him.
More or less.
Hmm.
So we get to Disney trilogy.
It was under his supervision, and
Right.
Not
like he
after
was
Disney
there
bought
when it was
it.
happening. Like it was a 1, 2, 3. This is more of like a 1, 2, huh?
Yeah.
1, 2. What the hell?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell did I wander into?
Yeah.
Hmm. I know now why you cry.
Yeah. There's no third movie.
Yeah.
There's no good third movie.
There's
That's
no
why I
real
cry.
third one.
Yeah.
The third one, I don't think
But,
I will ever
third
own
Terminator.
in my life.
I think it just really adds to the second movie how good it is and how much it holds up. Is like, I mean, that's like really it. Like that, you know, you don't really need much else after that. It's fun to think about, but really hard to make a nice like cohesive movie out of. It seems like they did it with T1 and T2, part 1, part 2.
I actually own T1, T2 on Blu-ray, and on I own them on Amazon, like digital media too. Like, and they're different versions. Like the T2, I bought the special edition one by accident, I think, on Amazon Prime, but I have the regular standard theatrical on Blu-ray for T2, and then T1, the Terminator, I have both. Just like why not? Like
Yeah.
when you're on the go and you have to tune into Terminator.
Essential additions to any library.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I think we're about done. We've talked about everything we can possibly think of tonight. So tune in next time when we review. I don't know. We'll have to do another Terminator movie at some point. But well, what else is there? Is there another? I mean,
Well, we're not gonna do 3, so we'll do Salvation if anything.
dude, don't you want to
Yeah.
review Talk to the
Oh.
Hand?
That's just cut me out of that.
Talk to the Hand.
3 will be the
I
last.
think we'll come
one
back
do.
around. Let's see
machine.
how we sound in about 6 months from now, after Dark Fate's been out and released on Blu-ray. We'll revisit the whole franchise and see what we come up with.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Well, also a quick shout out to the. There's a new video game, Terminator Resistance, I think it's called, and it actually takes place in the future war.
No way. Is it for Xbox?
Yeah, they just announced it literally last week or so.
Oh, I gotta buy
like
that.
a week or
I gotta
two
buy that,
ago.
I gotta buy that. Yeah.
I think it was last week, but which takes place all during the future war of the very first 2 minutes of this movie. But so that seems cool. It was like a video game concept. It's pretty much like Salvation,
I
game or
will be
something.
picking that up.
but
Mhm.
trailer looks cool. I don't know. Terminator's still relevant everywhere.
They actually
nowadays.
inducted Terminator into the Library of Congress, I believe, in 2008 as having a cultural and significant impact in
Nice.
the United States.
And it just goes to show how much people want that future war. Good storytelling is it's 2019,
Give us the future war already.
2019, and people are like,
That's what I
let's
really
make a game
wanted.
out of it. They're like, just get it out
Don't
there
forget, they
somewhere,
also put
somehow.
in Terminator into Mortal Kombat as a downloadable character.
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat
and he's
11.
in Gears of War.
Mortal Kombat 11.
And Gears
So-
of War, Linda Hamilton, Terminator.
Dude, funny. Okay, guys. Again, thanks so much for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I know now why you cry.